First tee here with Hal Sutton and Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods got off to a good start, birdied the opening hole, but Hal Sutton birdied the 11th to up his lead to 3. We'll see you tomorrow morning on NBC.
NBC Thursday, it's a smashing Friends.
Nice job, Joe. You're quite the craftsman.
Then it's Thursday's new hit, Daddy-O, where Dad's home with the kids while Mom goes to work.
Here, sky flowers.
A dozen? They're so beautiful.
Stay at home with Daddy-O. After Friends, NBC Thursday.
Colin Cowher, only on Northwest News Channel 8.
For the past 17 years, they've been providing you with golf's best quality, service, and prices. That won't change, but now they're golf headquarters. You'll find the same friendly staff available 7 days a week with prices like these. Bullet 444 plus white golf balls, 15-pack, only $14.97. Nicholas Air Bear Pro Carbon 3-through wedge iron set is just $399.99. And Orlamar's Tri-Metal Fairway Wood is just $149.99. Only at Golf Headquarters.
The RV show is come and gone, but the savings continue at Gresham RV Center. We're celebrating the grand opening of our second location, Holiday RV Center in Hillsboro, with a sale so huge it has to be held at both stores. Choose from a $15 million inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, truck campers, and more, all drastically reduced. So hurry to our grand opening sale. With special low interest rates, you could save thousands. That's at Gresham RV Center and our all-new Holiday RV Center in Hillsboro.
This is the NBA on NBC. Tonight, it's the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Sacramento Kings.
And another sellout crowd has gathered at Arco Arena, one of the loudest arenas in the NBA. And evidently, no dress code is enforced. The only rule is have a ticket and come ready to yell. Their Kings have won 4 of their last 5 after going through a tough stretch, and at present, they occupy what would be the 7th playoff slot in the Western Conference. But as you look at the bottom of this group of standings, you can see it's fluid. They could move up or down. It's not out of the question that they could finish 8th and therefore draw the Lakers in a first-round matchup. The Lakers have won 24 of their last 25 and establishing themselves as clearly the team to beat, not only in the West, but in the entire NBA. With Doug Collins, I'm Bob Costas. Welcome to Sacramento. Let's start with the obvious. The reason why the Lakers are playing at this level is the 1-2 punch of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Here's how the big guy looks at it.
In boxing, a combination is 1-2. You either come this, Kobe, Shaq, or Shaq and Kobe. 1-2. It don't matter. You still get knocked out. Bing, bing, or bing, bing. It don't matter.
And the reason this combination is such a knockout is because they do it on both ends of the floor. We know the spectacular finishes of Kobe Bryant and Shaq on the offensive end, but their completeness has been devastating their opponents. The numbers, 62 points over the last 10 games, 57% of the points. But look at the blocks and steals. They're doing it on both ends of the floor. And Bob, I think the real thing here is, as the season is going on, these two guys are getting better and better playing together. They're enjoying playing together, and they're bringing the best out of each other.
Shaquille O'Neal has a chance to lead the league in both scoring and rebounding. If he does, he'll be the first player other than Wilt Chamberlain, who did it 5 times, ever to lead in both categories in the same season. He's the almost certain MVP. In fact, it's shaping up to where it could be unanimous. That's obscured what other players have done, including Chris Webber of the Sacramento Kings, who in a normal year would be an MVP candidate.
Well, Bob, he's been great and consistent all season long for the Kings. He's been their most consistent player from start to finish, and he does it in a variety of ways. He can step out on the floor with his quickness, the big hands, and the powerful finish. He can shoot the 3 against bigger players as he steps back. He's got great hands. I think it's his best asset. Look how he can go up, alley-oop, and slam that ball in the basket, and then the little jump hook in the lane. And his numbers really speak volumes of what he has done for this team. 6th in the league in scoring, 5th in rebounding, 4th in double-doubles. So he's done it on the inside. But I really believe if they're going to make a move in the playoffs, Jason Williams is going to have to play like he did to start this season. Got off to a great start, has struggled in the month of March. Is coming off 3 very good games, and if he's playing well, This is the #1 offense in the league, and they could pose some problems in the playoffs. Bob?
And, of course, the erratic Jason Williams, as you say, not only a key today, but especially once they get to the playoffs. Let's see what Jim Gray has for us.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. On Friday night, the Sacramento Kings only had 8 players when they defeated the Detroit Pistons. Well, they're going to get a little bit of help today, but they're still a depleted and banged-up bunch. Peja Stojakovic is out of today's game. He cannot grip the ball. He cannot shoot the ball. He's not sure how long he will be out. Hopes to return later in the week. Vlade Divac had quite a scare on Friday night. Twisted his knee. He ran a little bit on it yesterday. Ran some this morning. He told me he will start, and he will try and play. He's not sure how long or how effective he will be. And the same goes for John Barry. He has a pinched nerve in his neck and his shoulder. It goes all the way down on the right arm. He's having trouble shooting the ball. He will try and play, but again, not sure how long he can go. Bob, the Lakers are basically fine. Back to you.
I'll say they're fine. Winners of 24 of their last 25. The Kings will miss Peja Stojakovic. He has had 2 big games this year against the Lakers, including in a December win here at Arco Arena. But that was before L.A. took off on winning streaks of 16 and 19, including a victory a couple of weeks ago in L.A., a tremendous game in which Shaq had 39 and Kobe threw down 40.
Baby, one more time.
The newly styled Lexus ES300. Let the affair begin.
I'd love to chat, but I'm getting hungry.
Anyone been to Wendy's lately?
I have.
Why don't they have the Monterey Ranch chicken sandwich anymore?
They discontinue with great demand.
So it's big news.
When it comes back, that's marketing for you.
Well, when I picture the whole breast fillet with Monterey Jack and ranch with bacon, I want to get one.
Who is this?
Dave.
Is he from Wendy's or something?
Hi.
It's back. Wendy's Monterey Ranch.
People, you can come out now. Look, I've got the wireless internet right here in my hand. No wires, no tricks, news, sports, shop, all online. And crystal clear calls, all right here on Sprint PCS. That's right. Come on out. Welcome back to the world.
Experience the power of the Sprint PCS wireless web.
I could see Kobe needed something lucky, so I told him about my socks.
You heard about my lucky socks?
Those your socks right there?
Three city championships. You know what? Here.
Oh, man, now you're going to have this whole thing smelling like nachos.
He just had to have them.
I'll trade you my lucky socks.
What I'm going to do with that? You want me to hold that?
Hold it.
You sure?
Feel the luck.
Championships, MVPs, you know, it's all going to be because of my socks.
Man, the luck is all in your game and how hard you work.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Sprint PCS. Experience the clear alternative to cellular. And by Adidas. Long live sport.
The Los Angeles Lakers had their 19-game winning streak stopped on the road by the Washington Wizards, but now they've taken off on a 5-game winning streak. Back where they reeled off 16 in a row, when that streak was stopped, they went into a bit of a swoon and lost 6 of 9. Since they righted themselves coming out of that stretch, they have just rampaged through the NBA. The backcourt of Harper and Bryant, there's some talk about wrapping everything up, clinching home court, everything there is to clinch, and then Phil Jackson might think about putting the veteran Ron Harper on the injured reserve list to rest him up for the playoffs. Williamson, Divac, and Weber up front. When you think about what Weber has done this year, it's all the more impressive when you realize that Williamson is usually not that much of an offensive threat. Divac, while still effective, has numbers that are down from a year ago. Anderson is shooting 40%, and Jason Williams is, to put it mildly, erratic.
I think it's really going to be key for them today, Bob, speaking of the Sacramento Kings, to get off to a great start. This crowd is alive, and they need a quality win against a team like this.
Allen Iverson had 33 today for the Sixers in a win at Indianapolis. Shaquille O'Neal, fractions of a point behind him, needs 33 points today to retake the lead.
Now, a couple things to watch for the Kings early that I think are vital. First of all, Vladdy's jump shooting against Shaq to pull him out of the lane, Nick Anderson's three-point shooting, and can Corliss Williamson post early in the game against Glenn Rice. Let's see if Sacramento can get those things done.
Dan Crawford, Derek Stafford, Rashawn Michelle are the officials. Guarded by Anderson, lost it.
Now, one of the things the Kings do is they force turnovers. They're number 2 in the league. They force 18 turnovers. If the Lakers have a weakness, they do not have really a ball handler. So if you can pressure them, maybe you can get some fast breaks.
Corliss Williamson blocked by O'Neal, and just as important, he recovered it. O'Neal's blocks have just about doubled from a year ago. Harper out high for 3. It rattles out. Williams fires, and his three-pointer is no good. Only Gary Payton has taken more threes than Williams among all NBA players. But Williams shoots the lowest percentage of anyone in the league who has 50 or more threes, just 27%. His shot selection is dubious. Here's O'Neal, who leads the league in field goal percentage and has it shoved back in his face by Divac.
Looked like Shaq got a little off balance that time, didn't get his legs underneath him, got the ball behind him, and Vladdy just reached up and knocked it away.
Anderson for 3. Williamson the rebound. A no-look pass from Williams to Williams' son, and down it goes, and he comes to the line.
This crowd is so great in here. You can feel how much they love these Kings. But the block of Vladdy Divac against Shaq, the great low post position, when he spins, you see he gets a little off balance underneath the basket. Vladdy with the block there, and then the great slash to the basket by Nick Anderson, an opportunity for a three-point play.
My view was obscured and miscalled it. It was Anderson on the basket rather than Williamson. For the 2-0 lead for the Sacramento Kings. Into the lane. The Kings touched it. The Lakers keep it.
Now, as we watch the Kings, Bob, we had them earlier in the year against Philadelphia. They don't play with conventional logic that you would play with. They're going to fire threes when you think they're not going to. They're going to post up when other times you think they're going to shoot the 3. They are a loosey-goosey team, and that's when they're at their best.
Here's Kobe. Bryant is averaging 22.5 for the season. Weber out high, and he drills the jumper.
See, you've got to play early offense against the Lakers. They're the best defensive team in the NBA, in my mind. So when you get them in a half court defensively, they lock in on you and force you to score, and it's very difficult.
Rice guarded by Williamson. Anderson's on Bryant. A little bump. They let it go. Kobe had it knocked away by Weber, and the Lakers touched it last.
We've had 2 shot blocks here by Sacramento. They're 19th in the league in blocking shots, so that's not one of their fortes.
What a Sacramento turnover, and Los Angeles comes back. Rice with the pull-up. O'Neal on the offensive glass. In a crowd, he's fouled.
Nick Anderson is holding his mouth like, what hit me? Shaq went over the top of him for the offensive rebound and then just dipped in with that shoulder, actually jarred him back on his heels, and then goes up against 3 guys and gets the foul.
On January 22nd, when Phil Jackson kept him out in an important fourth-quarter stretch in a loss against Portland, Shaq was shooting 45% from the line. since then, perhaps realizing that if he's going to be on the floor when the game is decided, he's got to hit more of them. He's made 61%.
Well, I think a lot of it is concentration, but also, Bob, he's made a change in his technique. And now he's got a chance. His shot is much softer. His left hand is off the ball. And when that shot goes up with a little trajectory, he shoots them pretty well.
Williams whips a pass to Weber. The fake on Bryant, then Williamson underneath.
That's what they want to do. They want to post Corliss Williamson. He was a power forward, actually a center at Arkansas when he was in college.
Rice drives, but can't finish. And a whistle from Danny Crawford as they battle for the rebound. It's number 1 on Corliss Williamson.
See, one of the things that makes the Lakers so difficult to guard is their offense is one that all guys are in motion. So, Bob, when that ball goes up, it's tough to block out, and Shaq is the number 1 offensive rebounder in the league.
Glenn Rice with that sweet J. Williams with the catch and shoot, but it's off. Bryant slicing through and drawing the whistle. That's number 2 on Williamson.
See, Corliss Williamson against Detroit on Friday night got in early foul trouble and then got ejected in the second quarter with 2 technicals. So right now you see already in foul trouble, and with Stojakovic not being in the game today to come off the bench, they're going to have to come in with Tyrone Corbin. So this is really where they miss Stojakovic, Bob, and you talked about in the open how much and how well he has played this year against the Lakers. He's been actually their best player against the Lakers. They've had no answer for him.
1 of 2 for Bryant. The game tied at 6. And a whistle as they try and find Anderson on the block.
Nick Anderson posting early. A lot what he did in Orlando down on that block, but with this team, he's been more of a three-point shooting specialist. So you can see early in the game, they've gone at Williamson and Nick Anderson in the post to try to get some easy scores or get to the foul line.
And that's Harper's second foul, and quickly Brian Shaw comes on to replace him.
Now, Brian Shaw's playing well, Bob. He's had 25 points in their last 2 games, and he really is a guy that has lifted that bench.
Weber against Green, jump hook over it. Here's Shaw. Can't hit his first shot. And Weber, who led the NBA in rebounding a year ago, pulls that one down. Williams.
He was on balance that time. His shoulders were square to the target. He was not moving on his shot, had a great look at it, and got inside the three-point line. Everything doesn't have to be a home run.
Here's Shaq. The bank is closed for him. Weber rebounds. Williams again. This time for 3, and it's no good.
See, that's a shot I think he needs to put away right now early in the game. Get something inside. That will be there.
AC Green. And now Bryant at the head of the key with Williams guarding him. He spins around him, but can't hit.
And Sacramento's doing a great job on the defensive backboard.
Nick Anderson's 3 is there.
Bob, this team is so much fun to watch. Now, I'm not so sure they're as much fun to coach, but sometimes the shots they put up, you go, oh, no. But they will let it go.
Sacramento on a 7-0 run and leading by 7. And an illegal defense is called on Sacramento.
Great start here for the Sacramento Kings. Chris Webber has the advantage over AC Green. It's almost what we showed in our open, the little jump hook in the lane. Jason Williams, look at his shoulders now. They're going to be square to the target. He gets a great look, and he knocks it in. And then Nick Anderson follows it right out of transition. Nobody here to rebound the basketball, but he buries the shot, and they lead by 7.
NBA
Whenever guys find out I have a cat, they break.
You kidding me? I love cats.
Of course, my cat's not like other cats.
Well, sure he isn't.
He gets so jealous if anyone drinks my Bud Light. Anyway, I'll go get changed.
You're right. Stupid cats.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Oh, look at you, too.
Make it a Bud Light.
Life has its bumps, but you don't have to feel them. Now Midas Gold struts with R2 technology are only $59.95 each with a lifetime guarantee. Go smoothly. Go Midas.
Now without a prescription, Lamisil AT for athlete's foot. So powerful, it cures with just 1 week's use. These take 4. So powerful, 3 months later, you're still athlete's foot free. Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
If you ever have a rough ride in the Lexus RX 300, it's not our fault.
I was only kidding.
Big game for Sacramento. Not out of the question, as we noted earlier, that they might beat the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. If they win this one, then they're up 2-1 with one more game remaining. That will be in April at Los Angeles against the Lakers, so they would do no worse than split the season series, and the one game they lost, as you see, they could have won. They were up 12 after 3.
Well, you see the big difference, rebounding, the team that won the Battle of the Boards, the team that won points in the paint, with the team that won the games. And today you see Sacramento's off to a great start, 6-0 in the paint. That bodes very well for them.
Here's Kobe Bryant backing in, and the fadeaway is good.
Unstoppable shot, and Phil wants him to do more of that. When I talked to Phil yesterday, he said, I want to see Kobe shoot a few more jump shots. Trusted, he's a good shooter.
The veteran Nick Anderson into the paint for his jumper that hits the back iron and bounds out. Brian Shaw weaves his way through. Finds O'Neal, who goes to the left hand to finish.
Now that play, because Jason Williams did not stop the ball, broke his team totally down and got Shaquille a layup. That's where he's got to stop the ball and not let Brian Shaw penetrate to the basket.
Williams back out to Anderson for 3. Corbin trying to keep it alive, and Weber gathers it in and hits the little jumper.
How about those soft hands? It looked like the ball was going out of bounds. He just reached out, grabbed it, turned around the soft jumper.
O'Neal low against Divac. You have to just hope he misses. You can't stop him from taking it when he gets it that deep. Corbin misses off Jason Williams' pass. Shaw with the pull-up. It hit the clock above the basket, and it's Sacramento ball, even though Corbin couldn't finish. Did you see that pass by Jason Williams, that bullet bounce pass cross court? Here's Divac on the move across the lane. Gives it back to Williams, guarded by Shaw. Weber from 20.
He has really improved his outside shooting. He's added range to it, and if AC Green is going to back off of him, that's a shot that he can vary.
He's made 4 of 4. He scored 8 points, and he already has 7 rebounds. Rice. Divac has it. Williams shaking, firing, missing.
That's a bad shot. Bob off balance. Nobody else touches the ball. That's why he shoots such a low percentage.
Who's going to tell him and convince him it's a bad shot?
Well, he's going to have to fail so badly that he'll listen. And right now he's having just enough success to where he's going to keep doing things his way.
The basket by Rice gives him 4 points. Weber had it poked away by A.C. Green. He goes tumbling and travels in the process. Back to Jason Williams. He had this response to his critics recently: I don't care about the old-timers. Tell them to come out and guard me. That old-school stuff, I ain't with all that. 5 passes before you can shoot. If they played it that way, I wouldn't even play.
Well, you know, when you're shooting 27% from 3, that tells you you're not taking high percentage shots, and 52% of his shots are from the 3-point line. And Bob, he is too good to bail out with that kind of shot.
Weber misses for the first time. A.C. Green will slow it up. Weber's on Shaq, who hooks over him.
I haven't seen that shot. Now, Bob, we've seen the Lakers most every weekend. I have not seen that running hook across the middle from that kind of distance.
Well, he has taken to calling himself the Big Continuous, the latest in the line, as Williams makes the move and then goes to the left hand. Weber can't finish it, and Bryant gathers it in. Either would have been spectacular. Neither went down. Shaq against Devos. His pass deflected. He's called himself the Big Continuous lately. The continuation of the line from Mikan to Wilt to Kareem and now Shaq.
Well, he is the most dominant force in the game this year. There's no question about that, playing with great efficiency. And Shaquille O'Neal, when he comes across the lane and makes these kind of shots, you know he's going to get his dunks and his easy ones. He is on pace to get a 40-point game with those kind of shots.
Society on college campuses across America.
Congratulations, Skull.
Can pay your bills, indulge your fantasies, and ensure your future.
Senator.
But if they can give you all this, just imagine what they can take away.
I think it's time that we remove Mr. McNamara.
None of us are safe.
What are you going to do?
Help me! You're going to dig your own grave.
The Skulls, rated PG-13. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
What is Tyco doing today? We're supplying doctors around the globe with tools to save lives. What is Tyco doing today, working in your world? Tyco International.
You keep an eye on the websites your kids are looking at. You make sure your wife's cell phone battery is fully charged. And you haven't missed a day of work in 12 years. So it comes as no surprise that your auto parts are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
Defending champion David Duval, Greg Norman, Fred Couples, Justin Leonard, Phil Mickelson, and more. The Bell South Classic next weekend on NBC.
So, with rain delaying things today in Florida, we'll have the conclusion of the Players' Championship tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern Time, immediately following the Today Show in all time zones. It'll be great to see Al Roker in the tower overlooking the 18th green.
You see Hal Sutton with a three-shot lead. And, you know, watching that today, Bob, I don't think Hal Sutton would like this rain delay. Tiger was not on his A game, and Hal Sutton was playing well. We'll see what they can do tomorrow.
Here's Shaq after the timeout. Doesn't get the bounce, and Green can't hit the tip. Back comes Jason Williams, who has shot 1 for 7 in this first quarter. Weber, double double-teamed, scores anyway.
Great set play, and Weber is just having his way down on the block, taking his time, getting any shot he wants right now. Lakers might have to double-team him, and they do not like to double-team.
What a quarter for Weber. 10 points, 8 boards. Rice got Corbin off his feet, then ran into a roadblock. It'll be A.C. Green. It's short. And a whistle on the rebound. It's against the Lakers.
Very good patience in the set offense by Chris Weber. He takes his time, the big spin move, those big hands again inside the lane, the little soft shot off the glass. And Bob, as you said, Weber off to a great start. They're going to go back to the same play, see if they can get the same action.
The foul on Shaq a moment ago was his first. A little behind the back flip, but the shot is blocked. Nick Anderson argues that he was fouled. Here's Kobe. A.C. Green wins the battle for the rebound, but then Divac blocks it. It's still alive, and Shaq makes sure.
Well, A.C. Green gets 2 misses on that, but his activity there got Shaq to dunk.
Williams on the move. Out to Divac, but Shaq comes out to meet him.
Now, Vladdy's got to hit that jumper against Shaq if he's going to be back in the lane. That shot right there he's got to make.
Not this time. Rice outlets to Bryant. Kobe stutter stepping into the lane. Left hand, got it.
The great confidence of Kobe Bryant. This is the first 15 games of the season. Actually, his first start of the year was in here against the Kings when they beat them early in the season.
Weber over Green. 12 now for Weber. Shaq doubled, finds A.C. Green, who loses the handle. Jason Williams to C. Webb. No look to Corbin.
I said they were fun to watch, Bob. We had more curls and jukes on that play than we've seen all season.
They are not the best team in the NBA as Bryant misses the 3, but they are arguably the most entertaining.
He's going to shoot a 3 here. You can see it in his eyes. He wants to let it go once again.
Jason Williams, what's he going to do?
Shoot a 3, what I said to you.
Now he's going to drive, give it up to Weber, and Weber has 14.
Now that's the patience. Instead of shooting the 3, he penetrated and got Weber a layup. That's what I was talking about with Jason Williams. When he plays like that, he's terrific.
Sacramento by 7. Kobe on the move. The running one-hander won't go. He follows his own shot, and it won't go down at the horn.
A great start here today by the Sacramento Kings. This crowd was ready for some action, and they got it. And Chris Weber was absolutely terrific. You see the no-look pass, the little fake pass over the shoulder. Corbin lays the ball in the basket. And Jason Williams, he hesitates, he penetrates, he finds Weber. A layup, a high percentage shot, and Weber likes it. He lets him know the crowd is into it. The Lakers are down 7. A fast start is what the Kings needed.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Richard.
Chris Weber, 7 of 9, 9 rebounds for 14 points. And we talk about this home crowd and what it does to this team. Look what they do at home. They average 107 points a game. Their opponent's only 97, so plus 10. But on the road, they give up 106 points a game. Their offense is not too bad, but that's where they suffer. Bob, when they hold opponents to under 100 points, they're 22-3. Lakers at 18, so they're on pace to be able to do that if they can keep their defense strong.
John Barry and Scott Pollard in for Sacramento. Derek Fisher and Rick Fox on the floor now for the Lakers. Chris Weber on fire, can't stay that way. Gets his own rebound, though. John Barry with the floater. Corbin trying to keep it alive, but it's taken away from him. Kobe Bryant spinning, almost losing it, gets it back. And now Fox lobs it into Shaq. Spinning on the baseline. An offensive foul as he threw a forearm.
Scott Pollard is a very good position defensive player. Bobby, he moves his feet very, very well. That time Shaq hooks him right there in the back of the head with the elbow. He delivers the blow, the offensive foul. Scott Pollard has played very well as the backup center here for the Kings.
Weber to the floor, surrounded by 3 Lakers. Jump ball. Rick Adelman coached the Portland Trail Blazers into the finals in 90 and 92. Hired here by Jeff Petrie, who runs the basketball operation and was his teammate in the backcourt with the Trail Blazers years ago.
And, you know, if you think about the Portland team and the Sacramento team, a lot of similarities. That Portland team was very much an up-tempo team. They would take shots at, different times during the course of games. I think there are a lot of similarities.
Weber with the wraparound pass that's batted down. He gets it back. Now he finds Pollard. And Sacramento's up by 9. Robert Horry hands it to Bryant. Now Horry has it back. Kobe, Shaq.
What a great pass by Kobe. That's what I was talking about in the open. These guys are starting to look for each other. They're feeding off of each other. They're bringing out the best in each other.
Jason Williams with the jumper.
He's not going to lack confidence. He was 1 for 7 in the first half. You think he's going to stop shooting? Absolutely not. That was a tough shot on the baseline.
Shaq from Fox overpowers Pollard.
Today, Vladdy's a bigger player, and Shaq has a much more difficult time moving him. He's just pushing Pollard wherever he wants to go.
Knocked away by the Lakers. Sacramento ball. Sacramento began the year 9-1, eventually went to 27-14. They've played a game under 500 since.
Shaquille O'Neal, when he gets it, he's going to make a pass here. Weber. The ball's knocked loose, and the great no-look pass there to Scott Pollard, and then Shaq answers on the other end. Inside, you see just a little bang with the shoulder, knocks Scott Pollard back, and finishes with the finger roll.
A big NBA on NBC doubleheader next Sunday at 4 Eastern.
With 1-800-COLLECT, you save a buck or two.
To you by the irresistible taste that makes you say, did somebody say McDonald's? By Honda, a winning lineup of fine quality automobiles, motorcycles, and power equipment. And by Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Free internet access forever. Call 1-800-DEFENDER.
Welcome back to Sacramento. The Kings lead by 7. I'm now joined by the new owners of the Sacramento Kings. They purchased the club back in July. Joe and Gavin Maloof. Of course, their father, George Maloof, used to own the Houston Rockets. How much different experience is it for you now to be the guy who's calling the shots instead of watching your dad do it?
Well, when we had the Rockets, we were ball boys, so this is a lot better now.
Let me ask you, a lot of people were very concerned that the team might move from Sacramento. You have now relieved everybody's fears and concerns. You've said it from day one, but you're going to build a facility here now, correct?
Well, all you have to do is listen to the fans, and the crowd here is fantastic, and we're just proud to be a part of it. It's a great community. The Sacramento fans have been terrific, so we're keeping them here.
Guys, congratulations to you. Your team is the most exciting and fun to watch in the NBA. Bob?
Jim, thanks a lot. Moments ago, Chris Webber with the basket that gave him 16. Here's Shaq with the lay-in, and he has 13.
Now, that's twice Scott Pollard's had to go over and help because someone got into the lane, and he's left Shaquille O'Neal for easy baskets. That's how Shaq racks up those points quickly. Those are too easy.
Sacramento by 7. Corbin thought about it. Instead to Webber. Now he's got it back. Nice pass from Webber, but Corbin couldn't finish. Derek Fisher, way off. Chased down by Barry. Webber thought about a 3. Instead, gives it up on the wing to Corbin. Now C-Webb has it back. And Ori rebounds. O'Neal with 7 on the shot clock. Double teamed, looking for help. It's Fox. Off with a 3.
Well, Sacramento's doing a nice job defensively, forcing some very difficult shots.
Williams splits the defense, then sends it back out to Weber. Williams out of the corner for 3.
He was on balance. That's twice he's hit jump shots where he's taking his time and he's on balance. I think he's a better player when he gets a little tired. But sometimes he gets so juiced up that he plays out of control.
Ori can't answer with his 3 attempt. And back comes Sacramento, up by 10. Barry behind the back, and an offensive foul.
Bob, you know, you've done so many baseball games, and you've seen before where a pitcher comes out, he overthrows early because he's so revved up. Jason Williams here gets inside, but he's going to go right out to the three-point line. Look how calm there he is. He's on balance. He takes his time. Now, that's a high percentage shot.
Of course, Williams is always revved up. Here's Shaq. He now has 15.
He is just so powerful. Bobby's catching the ball 2 feet from the basket. I mean, he's just turning, just laying it right in.
Here's Tony Delk wearing 00, who's replaced Jason Williams for the moment for Sacramento. Weber with Ori on him into Pollard, and Shaq rejects it.
Tony Delk has played very well for Sacramento over this last stretch, especially as Jason Williams has been struggling. But there you see Shaq with a block. One of the things he's doing, as you talked about, his blocks are way up this year.
Weber with Ori right in his face, hands it anyway. He's got 18.
But the Kings have won 9 of their last 13. A lot of it is because Tony Delk has played so well in place of Jason Williams.
Robert Ori swishes that one. He shot the ball much better since the All-Star break.
There's no hesitation. You can see he's very confident. He catches it and just turns and lets it go.
Here's Delk, 6 on the shot clock. And an illegal defense is called against the Lakers. Time called with 6:35 to play in the first half. Phil Jackson's team trails by 8.
Once the nomadic males stop for the night, the search for food takes priority. While their hunting skills are crude, I was amazed by the selectiveness of their diet. Once the feeding began, something exciting happened. Their grunts and groans were vocalizations I'd never heard before. I recorded these sounds for careful study back in the lab.
To be the best takes strength, speed, endurance. The best way to cure athlete's foot has it all. Lamisil AT. Strength, full prescription strength to stop the itching and burning. Speed, these take 4 weeks of treatment to kill the fungus. Only Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. Endurance, a study showed most users were still athlete's foot free 3 whole months later. Get it all in Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Teresa Weatherspoon at the buzzer at 3. Crowd is absolutely stunned. One of the most amazing finishes in the WNBA. Beautiful, beautiful. Unbelievable. She put it in. And the Liberty win game 2.
The Sixers, the Kings. Last time they met, Iverson scored 50. But this game's on Jason Williams and Sacramento's top home floor. Then the Knicks, the Lakers. Last week at the Garden, Shaq was unstoppable. Now the Knicks look to turn the tables. Key games of the playoff race. Next Sunday at 4 Eastern on NBC.
Chris Webber with the makings of a sensational game, not reflected on that line. He also has 4 assists already.
Well, Bobby's doing it inside and outside. The outside jump shot, then he goes in the post over A.C. Green. He picks up a loose ball after he knocks this ball loose, picks up a loose ball and finds Pollard underneath the basket for a dunk. So he's been the guy, really, that has held them in this game with this lead. And if you look at it, points in the paint, 18-16 right now for the Lakers. And a reason why that the Sacramento Kings are doing well with that is because Weber has established himself inside.
After the timeout, here's John Barry. They swing it around the top to Corbin, and now Delk. Delk with the floating left-hander, had to arc it high as Shaq came out to challenge it. Nice hoop.
Well, in the last 6 games, he's averaging over 9 points a game, about 3 rebounds, and shooting 52%. So he's settling in here to a nice role.
And taking a lot of the minutes that had been going to Derek Martin. O'Neal backs in on Pollard. Short jumper is there. O'Neal is 5 for 5 since Divac went out of the game. He was 3 for 7 with Divac guarding him. He's 5 for 5 with Pollard on him. Fisher reached in, knocked the ball loose, but committed the foul.
Well, you know, Vladdy's a bigger player, and you have to play a bigger player on Shaq. Even though he's not a shot blocker, he can get his arms up and present a bigger target for Shaq. He knows that he can go right over Pollard. Pollard's going to play good positions, but that's not going to help him. He's just going to get, you know, overmatched.
Kobe back in, Brian Shaw out. Corbin, catch and shoot, and he cans the long one. He was just a step inside the line. It's a 2-point bucket.
What a great throw. He is able and always ready to step in and do whatever he has to do to help a team win.
Shaq in deep, had it knocked loose. Still Laker ball. .11 on the shot clock. Poked away and again touched last by Sacramento. Horry fires. Kobe follows. They count it plus the foul.
So you get yourself going by getting easy baskets, Bob. You've heard me talk about that so often. Kobe was 3 for 10 from the floor and struggling. And he gets inside position on John Barry. And then the great hands to tip that ball in the basket. Now an opportunity for a 3-point play. Let's see if that ignites Kobe offensively.
The only time the Lakers have lost in their last 25 games, Kobe Bryant had an off game. He shot 2 for 10 and fouled out after scoring just 7 points at Washington. He also had 6 turnovers, so even with Shaq scoring 40 that night, the Lakers couldn't prevail against the Wizards.
Well, they dug themselves such a big hole, and Phil had talked to us, Bob, about how they had slippage in their defense. They had played Sacramento and Denver in high-scoring games, lost a little bit of their defense, went into Washington, got beat, and then locked in on the defense and have taken off once again.
Fisher kicked it. Kings keep it. 2 starters, Nick Anderson and Vlade Divac, return. Chris Weber out for the first time. And John Barry also leaves. Weber sits with 18 points and 11 rebounds. And there's still 5:13 to play in the first half.
Where are the Kings going to get their offense with this team on the floor right now? Vlade's got to look to be able to score. Bob, normally Stojakovic comes off the bench, gives him some points. He's hurt. So when you look out there right now, not a whole lot of offensive options for the Kings.
Anderson on the move to the basket, but it comes up short. Pollard battling. And Anderson comes out of the pack with it.
Well, great effort. Establish Vlade here against Travis Knight. He can post him right now, and you get the offensive foul on Nick Anderson trying to post up against Fisher. See, I think you've got to go to Vlade here, Bob. He can either get a post play or maybe a double team and create a shot for somebody else.
The foul on Anderson was his second. Here's Travis Knight in for the first time, handing to Kobe. His jumper on the baseline is good. After a slow start, he scored a dozen.
This is good. the double team. Now you'll get a wide open shot. That's good inside, outside play.
But Corbin couldn't finish it with the jumper. Fisher on the move, finds Box. Divac rebounds. Sacramento by 5, exactly 4 minutes left. Divac with Ori on him. Out to Delk. His jumper.
Yeah, I like that, though. You're getting the double team. You're creating open jump shots. Vlade did a nice job there. Let's go through Vlade Divac with Knight in the game defensively.
And they were patient. The shot came with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ori at the other end misses a 3. It's poked away. And here goes Delk. Delk with the steal in the basket, and Sacramento is up by 9. Bryant lost it. Anderson reaching in. Jump ball.
This is what the Kings have to do. When you go to your bench and you rest some of your stars, Tony Delk, the rest of these guys got to perform. He hits an open jumper. He's going to knock the ball loose here. Great scramble for the ball. And there'll be a jump ball. Tony Delk goes out. Scott Pollard. Both of those guys did a nice job for their team.
And Weber and Williams come back in. Sacramento calls its reserves the bench mob. They've outscored the Laker bench 12-2.
Well, Tony Delk was the spark. Shot clock winding down. He drives the ball to the foul line. Great extension on his jump shot, and he buries it looking right down the barrel. And then the behind-the-back steal. He runs in from behind Rick Fox, who's not aware. No teammate talks to him. And Tony Delk is going to turn on the speed. He goes by Kobe Bryant, the great finish. And Chris Webber is happy. He got a little rest. He's ready to come back into the game, and his team still leads by 9.
His game and my game are practically identical. In fact, I get my game from him. Kobe's got some pretty dunks. I mean, the ones where he just soars. My dunks, you will leave the stadium going, wow. And he likes going for the pretty shot. He doesn't just put it up. He'll probably do a little spin in the air. But mine, I'll jump from the top of the key. Oh, mad dunk. And I wave to him when I soar over his head. His arm is hanging in the rim.
As I teach young Fuzzy to dunk, I tell him to put on some of my sneaks. That'll help him jump a little bit higher.
Uniroyal tires with nail guard seal most tread punctures instantly, permanently, and repeatedly. Nail guard tires, only from Uniroyal.
There's nothing going on here tonight.
Ever notice if you rub your eyes for a while, you start to see little stars and stuff? You see?
No, I don't see anything.
You gotta rub harder.
Red dots, okay? Is that what I'm... This is great.
Wait. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got flashes.
Whoa.
I see blurry blobs. 2 of them.
Ooh, lightning.
It's like a French painting.
Big night out.
Tiny amoebas marching together.
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
It's on me, guys.
Thanks. See, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
V6 7-passenger enormously powerful Odyssey from Honda. It's one big happy minivan.
Hi everybody, Hannah Storm. Coming up on Net Zero at the half, we'll hear from the newest and oldest member of the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Johnson. With the injury to Jason Kidd, Johnson has returned to the Suns after a nearly 2-year absence from the NBA.
I had got some great offers from a lot of great teams in the past 2 years, and it really came down to, it was just difficult for me to put on another uniform. I didn't want to do that, and I felt that I wanted to be one of those players in modern-day sports that played the majority of his career for one team. That was something that meant a lot to me.
Plenty more of KJ's conversation with Peter Vesey coming up at halftime. Let's head back to Sacramento and rejoin Bob, Doug, and Jim.
The Phoenix Suns, Doug, who have been racked by adversity all season long, were playing extremely well until the latest blow, the injury to Jason Kidd, and now Kevin Johnson out of retirement to try to get them through it, and it's possible the kid could come back in time for the playoffs.
Well, I think what they'd like to see is KJ use whatever games he can play at the end of the season to get himself in some shape where he can help this team. I mean, he knows the system. He knows what they want to do. He's a legend there in the Valley. And living there in Phoenix, there's a lot of excitement now that they signed KJ rather than maybe a CBA guard or somebody then who wouldn't necessarily be on their playoff roster. He will be eligible for the playoffs, which is important.
Kings violation on the jump ball, so the Lakers take it. 3:06 to play until halftime. They trail by 9. Divac trying to contend with O'Neal. Outside to Harper, who spent quite a stretch on the bench. Back to Shaq from Kobe, and he gets the bounce. He also bounced Divac to the floor.
Vladdy wants to know what hit him. He went rolling out of there like he got hit with that 1-2 combo that Shaq was talking about.
The Lakers have the 1-2, no question. But where's the 3? In this quarter, they've scored 19 points. Shaq and Kobe have 17 of them. Intended lob goes awry. Back come the Lakers with the ball. Bryant weaves his way through and connects off the glass.
Bob, the elevation that he got, he was going to his left, crossed over to his right, and elevated and finished. That was a spectacular play that he made look very easy.
And the lead is cut to 5. Weber from Williams. Short. It bounces to Anderson, who has it again for 3. No luck on that one.
Now, Sacramento has basically dominated this first half. Minute 50-something to go, Bob, only a 5-point game. They do not want to let all their good work slip away here in the last couple minutes.
Rice's turnaround. Divac rebounds. Lakers need something from someone other than Shaq or Kobe. Weber!
The Lakers thought that Jason Williams was going to take that shot. They turned to rebound it. He hit Weber, and he ran right up their back. They didn't even see him coming.
O'Neal looking to answer and does. He has 21. Weber with 20 to lead Sacramento.
That was good defense. Make Shaq be a shot maker, and that's what that was. He made a tough shot.
Williams against Bryant. Lays it in.
He's so quick. The Lakers love the force baseline. They better get over quickly. He turns the corner, and he got the finish before the defensive help got there.
Exactly a minute to play till halftime. A whistle as O'Neal receives it in the paint. Look at Robert Horry saying to Divac, look, I was just trying to help you. You were stumbling.
Well, Vladdy was upset because Shaq, knocked him back on his heels. He was stumbling, and he went over and he told Robert, I understand. But, when you play Shaq, he does that to you. He frustrates you because, you think you're playing him well, and Bobby's just so big and strong that he just overpowers you in there.
That was just Divac's first foul. But Scott Pollard comes on to replace him in the last minute of this half. And Bryant is fouled as he makes his move to the basket. I wonder if Rick Adelman sent Pollard in because Divac is prone to technical fouls. He's among the league's leaders. That was just his first foul, but maybe he wanted to get him out of there before something happened just prior to halftime.
And also, he probably wants to have as many fouls as he can have going into that second half.
Bryant makes it a 6-point game. NBA.com reaches out to basketball fans around the world with Global Week 2000, featuring player chats with Luke Longley of the Suns and the Lakers' Rick Fox. Check out video clips with game calls in 6 different languages, one of which is Bill Walton, and dozens of special features on basketball around the globe. NBA.com, your ultimate online resource for all things NBA. Lakers have never led. Sacramento has been up by as many as 10. It's a 5-point game now. Weber makes it 7.
See, great footwork, though. The guy cut around him, and Weber just turned and pivoted, and in one motion hit the jump shot.
Robert Horry with a quick answer.
Now, that was a 2-for-1 possession there. Horry took that, so the Lakers will get the last possession.
Williams slowly out of the backcourt. And you don't hear yourself say that often when calling a Kings game. Here's Weber into a crowd. Pollard with the tip. And Bryant is fouled by Weber.
That's a bad foul by Chris Weber. He was frustrated. He thought he got fouled on the drive. And as Kobe picked up the loose ball to go around him, he just reached out and fouled. And that was only his first foul, but still not a good foul because you're in the penalty. So Weber, as he goes to the basket, watch, he thinks he gets fouled there. No call. The great effort on the boards by Pollard. As the ball goes loose, Weber just reaches out and fouls him in frustration and probably going to give Kobe 2 points here.
Bryant, who started slowly, has now scored 17. A 20-second timeout is taken. We'll step aside for just a moment.
When you wake up, you will believe the following. I like football. I like watching football on television. I can't get enough football.
The comfortable Accord sedan from Honda. It's one powerful car.
So the Lakers, with Bryant having one more free throw coming, with a chance to move about as close as they have been in this first half, just before it ends. Monday on Dateline, a wanted man holds a family at gunpoint, and a desperate father acts. Can he turn the tables on the gunman, or will he make the ultimate sacrifice? Dateline NBC, Monday at 8, 7 Central.
Now, the Lakers do have a foul to give, so in any kind of penetration to the basket, they can take it and force the Kings to inbound the ball from the sideline.
Williams on the move, guns the three. Travis Knight rebounds, and there's the horn. Lakers trail by as many as 10. They're down 3 as they head for the locker room.
Shaquille O'Neal with a big first half, 21. Kobe had 17, so they have 38 already combined together of the 47 points. So it's been a two-man show once again offensively for the Lakers, Bob.
Jim Gray, meanwhile, is with Chris Weber of the Kings.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Chris, you had 22 points here in the first half. Why have the Kings had more success than any other team in the league playing against the Lakers?
I don't know. I think we just have some big guys that can do a lot of things and check their small forwards and try to check their big people. But we haven't, we're 1-1, so we haven't had the greatest success. Hopefully we'll get a win today and I'll be 2-1 against them.
What's the object here in the second half? Is it to let Kobe and Shaq get their points and not let a third guy beat you?
Well, we're really trying not to let Shaq get his points. He's been dominating us, and I think we'll have to switch up on him or do something else to try to control him. But we're playing pretty well right now. Hopefully we can just make second half rebound. That's one of our weaknesses against them, and rebound, and we should be okay.
Chris, great first half. Thank you. All right, Bob, back to you.
All right, Jim, thanks. Look, no one wants to overstate it. The Lakers, in all likelihood, will be the #1 seed. If they face Sacramento in the first round, that means the Kings were 8th. But still, Sacramento is the type of team you hate to face, especially in a 3 out of 5. Something crazy could happen. And a Storm takes things over from New York after this.
Amazing things can happen when you push the right buttons. Introducing the 240 horsepower S2000 Roadster from Honda.
My motto is, the customer is always right. The problem was, kids would try to buy cigarettes. You got an ID for those smokes?
Oh, come on.
It's illegal for me to sell them to anyone under 18. But since this We Card program started, there's no argument. I just point to the sign.
We're committed to keeping cigarettes out of kids' hands. That's why Philip Morris is a major sponsor of the We Card program.
I'm not alone when I say no, and that's a big help.
Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
Where would you like to go? How about Pep Boy?
For a limited time, get free installation when you buy Gabriel Pro Rider Premium Shocks for your truck, van, or SUV.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
MSN Project Day 16. Our roommate Karen ran away.
I'm sick and tired of Mike making fun of me. Does it really hurt you that I like unicorns?
You better start doing some tap dancing, son.
We had no idea where to find her, so Mike sent an apology to her Hotmail account. That way, she'd get the message wherever in the world she'd run away to.
They like me. They really like me.
Okay.
Call 1-877-YOUR-MSN to get the Everyday Web.
NBC Monday, a special episode of Third Watch. Father and son face tough choices. They can help. I don't need help. As a father figure struggles to reach out.
If they find you, they're going to hurt you.
They're going to kill me.
And a rescue from the heart.
It's my little baby.
Third Watch, NBC Monday, 10/9 Central.
Welcome to Net Zero. At the hat, Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Free internet access and free email forever. www.netzero.net.
It's halftime in Sacramento with the Kings leading the Lakers 50-47. Chris Webber has 22 points for the Kings. Shaquille O'Neal, 21 for the Lakers, and Kobe Bryant has 18. Hi, everybody. Hannah Storm along with Isaiah Thomas. Peter Vesey is in Phoenix, and we're going to hear from him in our next segment. But meanwhile, as we talked about before the game started, clearly the Sacramento Kings team is one that can give the Lakers problems.
Yeah, it gives the Lakers a lot of problems because of Chris Webber. Chris Webber defensively and offensively at that power forward position dominates AC Green. Also, Vlade Divac did a nice job when he was in the game guarding Shaquille O'Neal. When he went out, Shaquille went for big numbers. And then the point guard play in terms of Jason Williams getting into the lane, creating opportunities for others. They give the Lakers a lot of trouble, especially at home in Arco Arena, which is one of the toughest buildings to play in the NBA.
Right, fourth best home record in the league. All right, let's get right to the NBA scoreboard for you, starting with a game in progress. Toronto is visiting Minnesota, and that means Carter against Garnett. And here's Wally Zerbiak to Kevin Garnett. He was 8 of 11, 17 points in the first half, and then Vince Carter on the other end, a nice little baby hook, 5 for 14, 11 points in the first half for Vince Carter. More Garnett, the alley-oop from Joe Smith. T-Wolves by 8 at that point. Carter had to leave the game for 6 minutes. He had a left wrist injury, and right now his team trails it at the half, 44-36. Elsewhere, Philadelphia won its season-high 6th straight, a surprisingly easy 10-point victory at Conseco Fieldhouse over the Pacers. Allen Iverson took the scoring lead from Shaquille O'Neal with 33 points. Tony Kukoc posted a triple-double. In Orlando, the Miami Heat scored 50 points in the first half, but only 19 in the second, getting crushed by the Magic. The 19 points ties the NBA's all-time low for a half in the shot clock era. Miami shot 5 for 34 in that second half. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Boston Celtics 99-84. Ray Allen led the way with 27 points. So Orlando leads Milwaukee by a game and a half in the race for that final playoff spot in the East. The Magic and the Bucks play each other on the final 2 Mondays of the regular season. Meanwhile, the Nets suffered a critical loss at home to the Nuggets. New Jersey falls 5 games behind Orlando for that 8th spot in the East with 13 games left. And Houston handed Chicago its worst loss of the season, beating the Bulls by 45 at the Compaq Center. In other sports news, the final round of the Players' Championship was suspended due to inclement weather, with Hal Sutton holding a 3-stroke lead over Tiger Woods. Each has played 11 holes. We'll bring you the final round tomorrow live at 9 a.m. Eastern Time and immediately following the Today Show in all other time zones. Well, the first major of the women's season, the Dinah Shore, was won by the red-hot Kari Webb by 10 strokes over Dottie Pepper. Webb has won 4 of the 5 LPGA tournaments this year. And in NASCAR, the Bristol 500 won by Rusty Wallace, his 50th career Winston Cup victory and the 8th at Bristol Motor Speedway. And in the NCAA men's basketball tournament, North Carolina advanced to the Final Four by defeating Tulsa in the South Regional Final 59-55. The Tar Heels will play the Florida Gators in one national semifinal. Billy Donovan's team beating Oklahoma State 77-65 and advancing to the Final Four for just the 2nd time ever. When we return, we'll bring you the Phoenix Suns story. Jason Kidd is out for the rest of the regular season, and Kevin Johnson is a Sun once again. We'll hear from KJ after a message from Net Zero and a word from the NBA.
You, in my judgment, are an insidious threat to our nation and all she stands for.
The Internet was created for the people, Mr. Chairman.
I don't see that in the Constitution. Moreover, what you people are doing is flagrantly un-American. You're giving it away.
Yes, sir, we're giving it away. Free access to the Internet is a fundamental right. And if you and your committee should keep me here 1,000 years, Net Zero will still give it away. Nothing will stop us from that.
The wind howled through the trees. The monster had escaped. Danger lurked around every corner. He could be anywhere, even inside the house.
What happened to the monster?
Let's read something else.
Dad, are you scared?
It was a beautiful day.
Don't be afraid to read to your kids.
NBC Thursday, Fraser gets busted.
Exit your vehicle with your hand above your head.
Then it's Thursday's new hit comedy, Battery Park.
There's a guy who calls himself the Hawk. I am the Hawk. He's got wings and a key. You don't need both.
Critics call it funny and smartly written.
Are you?
I am. Stop.
Battery Park, after Fraser, NBC Thursday.
Welcome back. Peter Vesey is in Phoenix, where he had a chance to speak with the Suns' Kevin Johnson. Despite having not played in the NBA since the 1998 playoffs, Johnson signed a contract on Thursday for the remainder of the season after Phoenix lost point guard Jason Kidd to a fractured ankle.
Kidd on the drive. Kidd trying to get loose. The ball goes out of bounds. Run off Kidd, and he comes up limping.
I was watching the game, and during the third quarter, the announcer, Al McCoy, came on the air and said, Jason's down in the locker room. We still haven't got a report back. Then he came back and said, we'll hear something tomorrow morning. It's a bad or severe ankle injury is what they thought. And thought didn't even cross my mind.
As the game was still going on and we were determining, what our best move would be in order to at least have some information for Scott to look at after the game, I said, let's give him a call.
Got a phone call, and that raspy voice on the other end of the line was Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Kev.
I said, Cotton? I said, how you doing?
Not very good, Kev.
And I said, Coach, what's wrong? I instantly thought something was wrong with his health or his family or something. It was kind of one of those eerie sounds on his voice. And he said that we had lost our point guard, Jason Kidd, and I'm calling because I need a favor. Would you consider playing 16 games and the playoffs? What convinced you? I kind of compared this to getting a call to serve your country. It's a duty and an honor and responsibility when you get that certain call to go serve your country. I mean, you have to accept that. And because I'm in good shape and all the projects I had been working on are pretty well under control, I felt the organization was in a pinch. I know they had a lot of adversity this year. You lose your best player on the team, Jason Kidd, and if they wanted me to try to contribute in some way, I didn't see any other option other than to say yes.
So the key is you were wanted and you were needed.
Certainly.
This meant a lot to you.
Definitely, and I felt that I can contribute. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I could help.
Help, I need somebody help, not just anybody help.
Are you nervous at all coming back?
No, I'm not nervous. If physically I wasn't in good shape, it would be very difficult, but I'm in good shape physically. The rest, this is a faith walk, and we'll see what happens. I'm not nervous.
You're excited about it, though.
Very much.
See it.
When you get that rebirth, really excited. I miss the guys, you miss the camaraderie. You can never replace the relationships that you have with your teammates and playing that competitive sports. You can't replace that.
What was your relationship with him? You were an assistant coach when he left.
Yeah, for the 1 year, yeah.
Right.
I had a good relationship with him. I didn't necessarily have a good relationship with him when I was playing against him.
Did you ever get into it?
A little bit.
I was talking to Scott Skiles, and he said you guys went at it pretty hot and heavy when you were competitors. You remember anything from that rivalry?
Well, truth be told, Scott probably felt that way. I had a pretty easy job when we were playing against Scott Skiles.
That's what I like to hear.
I just go around there.
Slap him around a little,
He
Kevin.
was working hard probably to keep up and hold on, so I didn't really remember the battles, to be honest.
Well, that should get you a lot of playing time.
I can't get any less than I was getting before, which is 0 the last 2 years, so I'm not going to complain.
Are you worried about embarrassing yourself at all? I mean, you said you wanted to leave at the top of your game. You didn't want to be one of those players that they, they had to scrape the uniform off you, stick around just for the money, that type of deal.
You know, Peter, the great thing in sports is the bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity. And there's not too many times that we get challenges that we really don't know whether or not we can conquer that. But that's what being a competitive athlete is all about. And I promised the organization I would give it my all. I'd commit for the next 2 months or so, whatever it took. I'd spill my guts, and wherever that ended up, that's all you have, and that's all I have.
Kevin Johnson turned 34 a couple of weeks ago. To put that in perspective, he's 5 months younger than Scottie Pippen of the Blazers, and Utah's John Stockton turns 38 today. So, Peter, do you think we'll see KJ possibly play beyond this season?
Well, Hannah, the Suns say that they've made no commitment to Kevin Johnson past this season, and KJ tells me that this challenge is so daunting that he doesn't even want to think about past this season. But if you look into his face and you listen to his voice, Hannah, you can tell that the fever is definitely back.
Definitely. He has such a great perspective on his comeback, doesn't he? Isaiah, what sort of adjustments does this mean for Penny Hardaway, who will be paired with him in the backcourt?
I think the biggest adjustment Penny Hardaway is going to have to attend to is that he's going to have to up his scoring, his rebounding, and his assists, and he's also going to have to become a vocal leader. Jason Kidd was the vocal leader in the locker room and also in the huddle, and that's not Penny's personality. It's not his personality to vocalize and to verbalize a lot in words, so it's really going to be tough for him to really take that leadership role and that responsibility.
Well, for now, Randy, Livingston becomes the starting point guard. We could see KJ in action as soon as tonight against the Golden State Warriors. And Peter, thanks for all your hard work there in the desert.
Well, you know, Hannah, somebody has to rough it.
Oh, we feel so sorry for you, Peter. We'll send you back for the second half after these messages from your local station.
This has been Net Zero at the half. Net Zero, defenders of the free world. Free internet access and free email forever. Call 1-800-DEFENDER.
It's NBC Must-See TV Thursday, starting with Friends.
Key's stuck in the lock.
Make way for Joey the Handyman.
Nice job, Joe. You're quite the craftsman.
Then it's Daddy-O, the new hit comedy with a stay-at-home dad and a working son.
Mr. Krolak is paying me $14 an hour.
So, unless we bump your allowance up to $14 an hour, you're not going to be able to help us out around here.
I think what your mom is trying to say is, we're going to have to let you go.
Stay at home with Daddy-O after Friends, NBC Thursday.
Strength, critical to a U.S. Olympic athlete and to a GMC driver. With a full-length steel frame, GMC Jimmy gives you an advantage. See the GMC advantage for yourself and get this great offer. Now lease this great Jimmy with zero due at signing. Tax, title, license, registration extra. Residency restrictions apply. Call for lease details. For a chance to see the U.S. Olympic team compete in Sydney, call or log on to gmc.com.
Colin Calver, only on Northwest News Channel 8. It has the power of 13,000 trucks, and it's meeting the competition head-on. It's Ford Truck Month, your chance to save big on the best-selling trucks in the Northwest, like Ford Ranger for only $188 a month. That's $188 a month for a 2000 Ranger Super Cab with four-wheel drive, V6 power, CD player, and air. These trucks are moving fast, and at these prices, they may never slow down. So get to Ford Truck Month today at your Northwest Ford store.
When your record is 58-12, it's pretty clear you're doing it just about everywhere. And so the Lakers have won 12 of their last 13 on the road, trailing by 3 at Sacramento as we prepare for quarter number 3.
You want to be out in this?
Well, somebody is.
What happened? I need your help. Off the road.
Chevy Silverado, with the most powerful V8 of any competitive 4x4 pickup. The 300-horsepower Silverado. The truck from Chevy.
I gotta get me one of those.
Things have changed, Jack.
What do you mean?
You never laugh anymore.
Of course we laugh.
Oh, Jack.
Do you remember that time at Wendy's? We had those Monterey Ranch chicken sandwiches.
Those are good.
I've never seen you so happy.
That was over a year ago.
Well, get happy again because Wendy's Monterey Ranch Chicken Sandwich is back. With a whole breast filet, Monterey Jack, and ranch dressing with bacon, you can't help but feel good.
The love is back.
Wendy's Monterey Ranch.
Uniroyal tires with nail guard seal most tread punctures. Instantly. Permanently. And repeatedly. Nail guard tires. Only from Uniroyal.
Want to get ready for college? Experiment with physics. Pull all-nighters. Work with computers. Graduate with honors. Want to get ready for college? Classes are forming now. Learn while you serve with college credits through distance learning and up to 75% tuition assistance, plus as much as $50,000 for college after you serve.
Dateline Monday. While a wanted man holds a family at gunpoint, a desperate father makes the ultimate sacrifice.
I just held him outside and shut the door.
And then boldly turns the tables on the gunman. Now, 2 years later, hear the incredible defense.
I had my hands in the air, and I was shot at.
Dateline Monday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Along with Doug Collins, Bob Costas back in Sacramento. Taking a look at the stat sheet, the Lakers have the big two and just about nothing but. Shaq has 21. Kobe has 18. Only two other Lakers have scored. They are Rice and Horry, and they each have 4 points.
Well, you know, they've done a good job on taking Glenn Rice out of the game, and I think Sacramento's done very well. Points in the paint are relatively close. Rebounding is relatively close. They're right in the ball game. But, Bob, that third quarter is going to be key for them because this has been a knockout blow for the Lakers over the last 6 games. They are averaging 9 more points a game than their opponents in this third quarter. We were in New York last week. They outscored the Knicks 26-14. The next night, Miami 33-14 in the third quarter. So as well as Sacramento played, as great as Weber was, they're only up 3. They need to strap it on in this third quarter.
Kings ball as we start the second half, and Jason Williams brings it out of the backcourt. Wastes no time launching his first shot and swishes it.
Very good play that time by Jason Williams. Again, he's calmed himself down. He came out of the game so revved up, one of his first 7. Since then, he's hit 4 jump shots. Now he's playing in a comfort zone.
Shaq against Divac. AC Green hands to Harper. And Divac clears the boards. All the way to the basket, but can't finish it. The rebound to AC Green, who's filling out his 1099 today. Not his tax form. Consecutive game, 1,099 for AC Green, the NBA's Iron Man. Meanwhile, Bryant has 20.
Well, he's mastering that one shot. It's sort of a cross-grain move, Bob, where he comes down the left side of the floor and cuts across the right and uses that backboard to kick that ball off the glass.
Weber backing in behind the back, looking for Williamson, but it's stolen by Harper. Lakers trail by 3. Rice. It would have been a 2-pointer. Loose ball picked up by Williams, who saves it behind the back of Divac. Now Williams has it back to the hole.
Now, a little change of pace, a little change of speed, and Rick Edelman has talked to Jason Williams yesterday. We talked to him, Bob. He said, I want him to teach him to be efficient, to use his speed, change speeds on the floor, and he does it. The great save behind his back. Looks inbounds, he sees one of his teammates inbounds, he jumps back, he gets it inside. The little crossover dribble, the one-hand finish. Jason Williams, 2 baskets here to start the third quarter.
Bill Russell on Jason Williams. I like his spirit. He kind of reminds me of my old teammate, Bob Cousy.
People, you can come out now. Look, I've got the wireless internet right here in my hand. No wires, no tricks, news, sports, shop, all online. And crystal clear calls, all right here. On Sprint PCS. That's right. Come on out. Welcome back
to the world.
Experience the power of the Sprint PCS wireless web.
Meet Martin Delicious, Storm Chaser. Some head for the basement. He heads for a Chevy S10. It's got advantages over Ford Ranger, like better fuel economy, a bigger bed, and standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes on every model. Because if you want to outrun Mother Nature, you need every advantage you can get. Chevy S10, like a rock.
Like a furnace up in this mug.
Jamie, wow.
Burning up. It's hot enough to make a cool brother sweat. Let me get a Coors Light. Coors Light. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Get it now. Oh, man, you're so pretty.
I bet you tell that to all the girls.
Yeah, I do.
Coors Light.
What do we have? AP, 120 over 60.
You on any medication?
None.
Doctor, I think you should see this. How much?
Well, what is it?
He's got money coming out the wazoo.
What do we have?
Money out the wazoo.
Move this man to a private room.
Out of the way, this man's got money coming out the wazoo.
Does your husband have insurance?
Insurance? He's got money coming out of the wazoo.
Oh. It's time for E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, who reminds you the three most important words are, Hey Beer Man. By Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
Jason Williams and Vikings wide receiver Randy Moss were teammates at DuPont High School in Bell, West Virginia. In 1994, Williams was the USA Today West Virginia Player of the Year as a senior, with his team finishing as the runner-up in the state championship. There he was setting up Moss for the dunk. Then Moss returns the favor, and Williams slams it home off the Moss rebound and assist. And Moss is at the game wearing Williams' number 55. They embrace before the contest.
A couple pretty good athletes there. If you're a high school coach, that's not a bad combo for high school basketball.
He's now guarding Harper. Sacramento's lead is 5. They've never trailed. AC Green becomes the 5th Laker to score with his first basket.
Since that jittery start by Jason Williams, where he's 1 of 7, he's hit 5 of his last 6 shots.
Divac is open. Shaq gave him room, and he hit it.
That's the shot, Bob, that I talked about in the first quarter. Shaq is going to step back to help against penetration on Jason Williams, so he will have that little open jump shot.
Harper looking for Shaq, who's double-teamed, leaving Harper wide open. And he hits the 3.
Well, Phil Jackson must have sent the message that somebody else was going to have to show up for the Lakers after only 4 guys scoring in the first half. Now Harper with the 3 and AC Green with the jumper.
Williamson backing in on Rice. Out to Weber. Now Williamson has it back, but he misses badly. The air ball into the hands of Shaq. Harper, nice hesitation move. Weber comes down with it. Rice knocks it in the front row. Let's check with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Well, at halftime and in the first timeout, Phil Jackson told his team that he's very unhappy with the spacing on the triangle offense. He feels as though it's getting too clogged up and it's becoming too dependent on Shaq, so you're going to see the Lakers go outside quite a bit more here in the second half, so they don't have that dependency. Also, John Barry for the Sacramento Kings, Bob, is now out for the game. That pinched nerve in his neck is bothering him, and he will not return.
Foul number 3 on Shaq. Not a three-point play for Divac. Barry reduced to spectator status. Divac couldn't hit the free throw. The lead remains at 4.
And that's Sacramento's only 2nd free throw attempt of the game.
Rice with 2 on the shot clock has to force it. And it's clean as can be.
Well, they are really locking into Glenn Rice, trying to give him nothing from the perimeter. He had to work very hard for those 2.
Weber's pass recovered by Williamson. Ball still loose, 4 on the shot clock. Anderson has it knocked away. It rolls out of bounds and a 24-second violation.
Corliss Williamson's really struggling in this game. He's done nothing to be able to get himself involved. Got an early foul trouble. We talked about him getting ejected Friday night against Detroit after only 12 minutes. So he's got to give them something here. But with Stojakovic being out of the game, he's got to give him some minutes because Corbin can't play that much with his age.
The Lakers now can tie or take the lead with a 3. Bryant had it poked away by Divac into the hands of Williams. He's off to the races. The jumper over Harper is good.
He's really settled down. Nice rhythm now. Nice pull-up. Playing the game simply. Just what his coach wants him to do. You can still pick and choose your spots, Bob, to be spectacular. Sometimes you just got to make the easy play.
I told you what Bill Russell said about him. The counterpoint comes from Magic Johnson. Here's Shaq. Divac fouled him. Magic said of Jason Williams. And this is one of the great point guards who has ever played, talking about the youngster. He said he's got to learn to be more efficient. You can't play the fourth quarter like the first, especially in the playoffs.
Well, and again, when we talked to Rick Adelman yesterday, he said, look, I don't want to take anything away from what this young guy is trying to do. I'm just trying to teach him the game. And you know what? That will come in time, just with a little bit more experience. But he's playing terrific since his bad start.
One more for Shaq. Missed them both. O'Neal, who has made his last 8 field goal attempts, is 1 for 4 at the foul line. Williams again. Cools off a bit with that one.
See, Rick Adelman was not happy with that shot. That's one of those quick shots he took that he settled for.
Rice. Out of bounds. Lakers keep it. Anderson tried to save it and couldn't. Phil Jackson, whose winning percentage is the highest in NBA history, both regular season and playoffs. And Rick Adelman, whose team leads by 4. A.C. Green overshot it. And a whistle on the rebound. Looks like Rice committed the foul.
A little push in the back that time by Glenn Rice against Corliss Williamson. Good blockouts, and that's what you have to do. When we talked to Rick Adelman yesterday about the last game they played, Sacramento was up 12 at the end of 3 and got out-rebounded 59-33 in the game. 24 offensive rebounds for the Lakers. It was amazing they were even in that game, and that's the game that Shaq and Kobe got 79 points.
Well, Rick Adelman's team, which can leave you scratching your head, is 12 games over 500 for the season. And although it sounds like a cliche, nobody wants to meet them in that first-round best-of-5, because if they're on, and that is a big if, they can make trouble for anybody, including the Lakers.
Bob, anybody that can score. You put points on the board in this league, you put pressure on the other team to be able to match that, and they can score. We know that.
Weber. Rice juggled the rebound, then recovered it. Williamson poked it away. Rice has it back. Weaves his way through a crowd and misses. Here comes Jason Williams. He's got Weber on his right. He'll pull up for 3. And who's going to tell him not to?
Well, see, at least with that one, and he missed it. Weber was underneath the basket for a rebound. He shot that ball and snapped his hand back so quickly.
Divac alone on O'Neal. Jumper over him.
Great defense, and that's just the maturation of Shaquille O'Neal. Took his time and made that little jump hook. He's not going to get in the lane all the time, but that was good defense by Vlade.
9 consecutive field goal attempts hit by him. Williams with a long 3.
Now, what was that?
What is up with that?
What was that? That was a terrible shot there. I mean, that had no chance.
diving to the floor. Can't save it. Lakers will keep it.
Shaquille O'Neal on that low block is taking his time. He just gets the little bump against Vlade, gets his rhythm, makes that little jump hook, and when he makes that shot, as I've said before so often, he's indefensible.
Glenn Rice misses. Ball hit the shot clock above the glass, and the Kings will get it. Back to O'Neal. He leads the NBA in field goal percentage. He's 11 of 15 in this game.
Well, Bob, you know, it's not inconceivable that he could lead the league in scoring, rebounding, and field goal percentage. I mean, what an unbelievable year that would be, and especially look how his team is winning.
And be among the top 2 or 3 in blocks on top of it.
Offensive foul here on Weber. He took and slapped down on Robert Horry's hand as he was receiving that ball in the post. So a couple bad possessions here at row for Sacramento. Now watch Weber's hand here. He's got his arm right on his hand right on his arm, and that's where the foul is called. You say, well, why is that a foul? Because it gives you an advantage in the post to be able to catch the ball.
Only the second on Weber. Bryant lost it. Divac has it. Now Weber. Anderson from Williams. And Bryant clears the boards. Kobe is doubled. He finds Harper. Knocked away by Divac, who can't believe the call. And rather than say anything, he decides to take a walk.
See, that's one of the reasons also, too, that Rick Adelman took Vlade out of the game, so he'd have 5 fouls in the second half. You see right there, that looked like all ball to me. It was the after effects of Harper flopping that got that foul.
And I could read Divac's lips as he walked away, and that's exactly what he said. All ball. Divac will sit. Pollard back in.
Now remember, when Pollard came in the first half, he played good position against Shaq, but Shaq just overpowered him, so he's going to need some help down there.
It's a 3-point game again. Williams glanced over at Adelman as he walks it out of the backcourt. Harper's all over Anderson. He'll shoot a 3 anyway. Behind Weber's screen, he's got it.
Now, he took 15 threes against Detroit on Friday night, hit 6 of them. That was a franchise high in attempts, 15 three-point attempts.
And he scored 28 to snap out of a slump. O'Neal has made 9 in a row. And that string ends. Weber cross-court to Williams. Anderson, good look at a 3. Not this time. Glenn Rice.
Too quick for Corliss Williamson that far out on the floor, and nobody came over to give help. Good finish there by Glenn Rice. You got to get some layups. You can't just depend on that jump shot.
Rice, who's averaging 16, has scored 8. Jason Williams through a crowd and a whistle. The foul is on Rice. It's his second. Clock stops with 2:59 to play in the third.
You got your pickup looking great.
Thanks.
How about a lift?
Sure. Where would you like to go? How about Pep Boys?
That's a great idea, because right now Pep Boys is offering free installation of quality Gabriel Pro Rider premium shocks for your truck, van, or SUV. That's right, free installation up to a $40 value when you buy Gabriel Pro Rider shocks.
Truck's riding great. Glad you suggested Pep Boys.
That makes 2 of us.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us. People love us.
We've put this off forever. Choose yard work or shop for insurance.
Yard work.
And the last one to finish takes me dancing.
That'll be the hockey game.
Deal. Shop for insurance the faster, easier, smarter way. Compare free quotes from leading companies for your car, life, health, home, and more. With real help when you need it. InsWeb, rated #1 for online insurance. Again.
Let's go.
Dancing. $32.75.
I didn't bring my purse.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
It did look good on her.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's the greatest land of all.
Introducing Chevy Impala. Designed, engineered, and built to be the most carefree car on the road.
See the
Let's go for a drive. Impala. We'll be there.
Alyssa Beckerman has been preparing for this routine her entire life. And even though she's been perfect nearly 10,000 times, Alyssa knows it will only count once. The Summer Olympics from Australia, only on NBC.
Shaq had 21 at the half, just one basket so far in this third quarter. He needs to score 33 to retake the scoring lead from Allen Iverson. Early in the season, it looked like Iverson was a lock for his second straight scoring title. He edged Shaq by half a point on average last year. But Shaq has come on of late, highlighted by that 61-point game a couple of weeks ago against the LA Clippers. And so, with Iverson scoring 33 today in Indianapolis, Shaq needs the same number to climb back to #1. As you see, Iverson had nearly a 3-point-a-game lead around midseason. Shaq has surged.
Well, yeah, you can see, Bob, the scoring by month or whatever. December was a good month for Allen Iverson, then also January. But look, the knockout here in March, 9 more points a game. Shaq has than Iverson, but I think the impressive thing is Allen Iverson's team now is 6-0 since he's been suspended. They played a terrific game today in Indiana, and Philadelphia, since they've gotten Kukoc, playing much better basketball, and could be a real surprise team in the East if they continue to finish strong.
When Shaq got those 61 against the Clippers, the game was at the Staples Center, but technically it was a Clippers home game. So Shaq couldn't get his usual number of complimentary tickets, and he had to pay for extras. He went out angry, scored 61 and got 23 rebounds and said afterwards, "Don't ever make me pay for tickets." O'Neal backing in on Pollard and getting the bounce.
That's a soft touch, too. He just reaches up and almost, Bob, almost like he just jabs the ball at the basket rather than shoots it, but it's soft enough he gets the kind roll.
Tony Delk is back in on the floor at the same time with Jason Williams now. Weber out to Williams, 6 on the shot clock. He'll let it go for 3. It bounces out of bounds, and Delk can't reach it.
When he comes off those screens so quickly, he's going towards the sideline. He never gets himself squared. Very seldom do I ever see him make that shot. Now, on the day, he's playing very well. He has 18 points and 6 assists with no turnovers. That's a tough shot he just took.
When Glenn Rice gets a good look at it like that, it isn't a tough shot. And the game is tied.
Tony Delk has got to give them now what he gave them that first half. 6 points in 5 minutes and played very, very well. Let's see if he can shake loose here and get him a jump shot.
Weber, triple teamed and fouled.
Great little screen here to free up Glenn Rice. He actually sets a back pick, and Corliss Williamson has to help just enough to give him some room to get that jump shot. And then Weber, as Ori goes for the little fake, and he gets fouled as he goes to the basket. Now they're going to have to start converting on these free throws.
That's the first free throw Weber has taken today. He's shooting 76% from the line after hitting 45% last season. That's the largest single-season increase in percentage in the history of the league, for anybody taking a substantial number of free throws, 100 or more in a season.
Well, what it's done also, too, Bob, is it's made him a guy that wants the ball at the end of the game because if he gets fouled, he's confident he can shoot free throws.
Those were his first 2 points of the third quarter after scoring 22 in the first half. Shaq is doubled. It's going to go into the backcourt off Horry's hand, and then in disgust, he punches it into the crowd. And the fans are screaming for a technical.
Well, if anything, it would be a delay of the game. You know, Danny Crawford would not give him a technical on that. I think probably what he did, he just slapped the ball out of bounds. It was frustration. That way that he knows the Kings cannot get it. But that does not warrant a technical.
Weber with Horry on him. Turnaround jumper. Still without a field goal in this third quarter after a torrid first half.
Glenn Rice has played a much better third quarter after that first half where he was only 2 of 6 for 4 points. Much more assertive in this period.
O'Neal muscles up. Can't tie the game. And a whistle on the rebound.
A great hustle that time by Scott Pollard. Banging so hard with Shaq, he gets knocked backwards. He contests the shot and then goes in to get the offensive rebound and the loose ball foul.
Foul number 1 on Horry. Next Sunday, an NBA doubleheader begins at 4 Eastern time in Game 1. Most of you will see Philadelphia and Sacramento. We've been talking about Allen Iverson. He and Jason Williams pictured there. Some will see Indiana against Toronto and Vince Carter. And then in the second half of the doubleheader, most of the country gets the Knicks and the Lakers. Some get San Antonio and Miami.
Well, that Philadelphia-Sacramento game should be a much better game, Bob, than we saw earlier in the year. It was the 8th game of 13 days on the road for Sacramento. And then you see the Knicks and the Kings and the Spurs and the Blazers. So Spurs and the Blazers could be a very intriguing matchup.
That's Tuesday night on TNT. Pollard knocks them both down for a 4-point Sacramento lead. Kobe into the lane. The tip. Still loose. Weber's got him.
Now this is where you want to go 2 for 1. If Jason Williams can penetrate, maybe get a shot up here in the next 5 seconds or so, they can get a 2 for 1 possession.
No problem. He's happy to oblige. You don't have to beg Jason Williams to shoot. This strategy appeals to him.
I was thinking maybe he could get 2 shots up in the next 5 seconds.
Kobe flashes through. Pollard meets him.
Now one of the refs has a foul. Danny Crawford has a jump ball. We'll have to see what happens here. But Danny Crawford had a jump ball. See, Kobe penetrates and Scott Pollard comes over. And Danny Crawford called a jump. Rick Adelman is incensed. Rashawn Michel overruled Danny Crawford, said he had the call. That's a big call right there. It's a jump ball. You got a chance to get possession, maybe go down and get a 7-8 point lead going into half. Now they can cut it into the third quarter. Now they can cut it to 4.
They call the foul on Pollard, his second. Travis Knight replaces Shaq just to avoid the possibility of an O'Neal foul on the last possession of the quarter.
And you would also expect Jason Williams to run some kind of screen roll, and he would have utilized Shaq's man with Shaq in the game.
1 of 2 for Bryant. Plenty of time to get off a shot. Weber to Williams. Right back to Weber behind the back for 3. The roof would have come off if that shot had been good. It was tied at 67. Sacramento got the better of it in the last minute or so of the quarter, and they take a 73-68 lead into the 4th. On the other hand, they led by 12 after 3 a couple of weeks ago at the Staples Center, and LA outscored them 35-20 in the 4th to win it 109-106. We're right back after these messages and a word from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
No matter where you go, Chevy Tracker translates into durability. Its sturdy ladder-type frame absorbs punishment from the road so you can ride in comfort, while its elevated seating gives you a commanding view of the road. If Tracker can handle these rugged neighborhoods, it can easily survive the jungle back home. Chevy Tracker. It gets around.
I've always believed that there's strength in numbers. That's what teamwork's all about. Like here in downtown Oakland, Antoine Jameson and kids from the neighborhood came together to make a difference.
Thank you.
Now, these guys may not have created a masterpiece.
You gotta stay within the lines.
I am.
But when people come together, the result can be beautiful. Team up to improve your community.
The new science of having a baby. NBC Nightly News, Monday.
Introducing the 3.2 CL from Acura.
Sports Sunday with Colin Cowherd, tonight at 11:35. That rumble in the distance can only mean one thing. Ford Truck Month is back, and with over 13,000 vehicles in stock, it's your chance to save big on the best-selling trucks in the Northwest, like $1,500 cash back on Ford's Super Duty. That's $1,500 cash back on the truck with the most powerful diesel in its class. And check out the all-new F-150 Super Crew. Selection and savings are running wild during Ford Truck Month, only at your Northwest Ford store. This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other dissemination or use of this telecast, or of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
So with play suspended by rain today, we'll have the conclusion of the Players' Championship tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern Time, immediately following the Today Show. You'll see it following the Today Show in all time zones.
I will definitely be watching. That will be a great finish. Watching today, Sutton was a great matchup.
Derek Fisher in the Laker lineup. As we move to the fourth quarter, he takes it to the front court, and immediately there's a foul. Robert Ory, cutting across the lane, was held up. It's on Chris Webber, his third. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Bob, Phil Jackson telling his guys that they're just not in sync. They're not in rhythm. They have 12 minutes to try and find it. Maybe what Doug was alluding to a little bit earlier, maybe a lack of energy for whatever the reason, but he's trying to come up with some combination. Maybe Glenn Rice will be the answer.
Right on cue there, Jimmy.
So Rice's basket makes it 73-71. And Rice has scored 14. Four on the shot clock. It'll be Ty Corbin, and the veteran hits it.
You got to love the fact that this guy comes right in off the bench. He's been sitting the whole time, hits a jump shot. That's his value. And, you know, Bob, there's so much for a guy being ready. He's really the third forward off this bench when you've got Stojakovic healthy, but he has really helped them in his absence.
37 years old in his 15th year from DePaul. Speaking of Corbin, here's Shaq around Pollard, and it bounces home for him. Shaq with 27. Webber, little jump hook, and it's off. Bryant into Shaq around Pollard. No stopping that, so the foul was something Sacramento didn't want to tack on.
Well, Scott Pollard on the first possession, this one, initially played good defense, and Shaq just rolled up and under him and made a great little finger roll. But on the next possession, he dove for the steal, Bob. Watch what happens when he dives for that steal. You open up the lane. Not only do you foul him, but you give him the basket, a three-point play, and the Lakers have already taken the lead.
For the first time in the game,
Now the composure of the Sacramento Kings. This is exactly what the Lakers did to them the last time they played. They dominated them in the fourth quarter, 35-20.
Weber fires an air ball.
If they score here, if I'm Rick Allen and I get a timeout, you cannot let this Laker team surge against you. They thrive in these kind of situations.
Here's Rice around Corbin, who fouled him before the shot. The foul on Corbin was his first. Robert Horry left alone.
Well, what a critical shot. See, Chris Webber doesn't want to go out and play him. He wanted to help in the post. Now they have stretched their lead to 4. Weber's missed his last 6 shots.
Well, he ends that. And Sacramento's back to within 2.
They walked.
Rice. No call, missed the shot, rebound Pollard.
He got away with an extra step there, Bob, to get himself together.
Weber screens for Williams, who misses the 3. Pollard out to Delk.
Great effort again by Scott Pollard. Pollard had 4 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's his 5th. And he gets his team 2 points. Tony Delk, that's 8 points off the bench.
Horry misses the 3. Rice gives them a fresh 24. Kobe Bryant, contact and a foul.
Robert Horry said a nice job on Chris Webber. This time he goes to the steal. He wheels in with those big hands on the little flip in the basket. He missed his last 6 shots. Jason Williams misses the 3. Scott Pollard, great hands. He keeps this ball alive and finds one of the bench mob, one of his teammates, Tony Delk, who buries the jumper. He now has 8.
And the foul a moment ago was Weber's 4th. The game is tied at 79.
A big NBA on NBC doubleheader next Sunday at 4 Eastern.
This is a weird one. The guy's got a metal plate and said now he's picking up radio signals on it.
Here at the top of the 5th, score tied at 3. Here's the pitch. A swing and a drive.
Having a few friends over?
A home run by Johnson.
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
This is a weird one. This guy's got cable.
A day will keep the upset away. Hey, trust me, I got plenty of them.
Volunteers, we all have regular jobs. We can be coming from anywhere. We get a call, we need to get to the fire right now. Things that are going through our mind are hazards we might face so that when we get on scene, we're ready to act. We need a truck that can handle anything we throw at it. 4 full-size doors gets us in and out quickly.
There's 6 people in the cab and there's a ton of room for cargo. Great truck.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. By Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. And by Nike.
As the Kings come off their bench, here's a look at what their so-called bench mob has done during the course of the season. Much more often than not, they've outscored the opponent's reserves, and they have a third of Sacramento's points over the course of the season. Robert Horry is the only Laker reserve who scored. Other than their starters, only Horry with 7 points. Delk is the leading reserve today in terms of scoring for Sacramento. 19-7. This is even without Peja Stojakovic, who didn't suit up, and John Barry, who left with an injury, and he didn't score while he was in there. Shaq, the jump hook short.
Pushed it 10 feet away from the basket. Good defense that time by the Kings.
Scott Pollard. And Kobe moves into the passing lane to pick it off. Then Pollard, chasing him back up court, fouls him from behind. And that's his fourth.
See, more importantly here, Bob, they're already in the penalty now at 8:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
Two weeks ago, against the Kings, Kobe had 40 points, a career high, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Comes up empty on the first one. And rattles the second one home. Weber leans in, and Shaq swats it out of there. Bryant racing back. Fisher on his right. Derek Fisher. Corbin rebounds.
How much longer before we see Vlade? In fact, we see him right now. He's coming off the bench. They need him in there so that Shaq can't just stay in the lane and go block Weber off the weak side like he just did. Vlade is a threat to make the shot.
Nick Anderson's coming back too, along with Divac. Here's Weber. Corbin. Rebound to Bryant.
Well, Kobe's done a great job on the boards today. He's gone back and gotten a lot of long rebounds. And when your guards rebound, what a force that is for your team.
He has 12 rebounds to go with 22 points. Fisher takes Williams off his feet, takes it to the basket, but it spills off the lip of the rim.
Boy, Derek Fisher's really struggling, Bob. Over the last 5 games, he's 2 out of 12 from the floor. Today, 0 for 3, so he is really struggling to get a hoop.
Tony Delk.
He's not.
Divac still waiting to check in, leads the cheering section. Sacramento reclaims the lead as we move inside 7 minutes. Kobe around Shaq's screen. Rice for 3. Shaq finding Rice. Hooked away and a foul. The foul is on Delk. It's his first. Timeout with 6:40 to play in the fourth. And we have a 1-point game.
What if your car knew you? Would it make you feel more at home? Could it put you in a more comfortable driving position? What if it could make more room for your life? Prevent problems before they happen? Or light the road better at night? It's time to stop wondering what if. Introducing the new 2000 Ford Taurus. More comfort, more convenience.
Introducing the H-Bomb. The only shoe chosen by all 3 finalists in this year's Dunk Fest. H-Bomb soles are filled with hydrogen. Hydrogen can be flammable and must be kept away from an open flame, but it's 10 times lighter than air. So when you go up in your H-Bombs, baby, you ain't never coming down.
Everyone in this room knows how to play the game the right way. Playing the right way in this league is big time, guys. As much as talent's important, as much as size is important, as much as defense is important, playing with the right attitude and the right intensity is as important as anything in this game. For some reason, we didn't come out and put an intensity and an attitude and a dominance on that basketball court that the fans and everybody could get crazy about.
For total access, log on to NBA.com.
And that's what you want to do here. Okay, let's go.
The Sixers, the Kings. Last time they met, Iverson scored 50. But this game's on Jason Williams and Sacramento's top home floor. Then the Knicks, the Lakers. Last week at the Garden, Shaq was unstoppable. Now the Knicks look to turn the tables. Key games of the playoff race. Next Sunday at 4 Eastern on NBC.
Let's take a look at the way the season has gone for the Sacramento Kings. They actually opened in Japan, splitting a couple of games against the Timberwolves, then came back and had a lot of home games that helped them get off to a strong start. They wobbled through December, righted themselves in January, then had a brutal East Coast trip as part of their February record of 5-8, and now they've begun to play better again in the month of March, winning 4 of their last 5.
Well, when you look at one of the reasons why they're playing better, you see what Tony Delk is doing today. He's 5 of 5 for 10 points. Jason Williams has played much better the last 3 games, and Vlade has really picked his play up, Bob. Over the last 7 games, he's averaged about 17 points a game, so he's starting to play like he's capable.
Rice ties the game, and coming up next on most of these NBC stations, Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans are on the run in the action comedy Bulletproof. They might just make it out alive if they don't kill each other first. That's next on NBC.
Now, if Shaq is going to help in the lane defensively against Weber on post-up, Vlade's going to have to make some outside jump shots, so he's got to get himself ready out of the double team to shoot the ball.
Orion Weber, nice pass to the cutting Delk, who has made 6 of 6 off the bench.
Boy, he has really been a shot in the arm. Jason Williams had a terrific game. Tony Delk has played well.
Here's Rice. In trouble, lost it, but a whistle.
So this is what happens when you get into the free throw penalty situation so early, Bob. Remember, it was the 8:20-something mark. Now they're going to continue to shoot free throws. For every time the Lakers go to that basket, any contact, they're going to be at the line.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Bob, during that last timeout, Rick Adelman told his team the emphasis has to be on stopping the Lakers. Defensive stops. On the offensive end, he wants some ball movement, and he left his guys by saying no mental errors. Mental errors at the end of the game could decide it. Bob?
Thanks, Jim. Rice now with 17 points, 13 of them in the second half. So he has exceeded his average for the season, which is 16. Only a few years ago, when he was the main option with Charlotte and an all-star, he averaged 27 for a season.
Well, you wonder why the Lakers are so good. I mean, Kobe and Shaq give you 39 in the first half. The rest of the guys are struggling. Now Rice comes alive in this period. So those 3 guys give you 70 points a game on the road, Bob. That's more than they get at home.
Delk again from Weber. This time he appeared not to see it coming. He recovers, and then a Laker foul on Bryant. That was Kobe's first of the entire game.
When Rick Fox has checked into the game, in the first half he was 0 for 3, and Bob, in his last 5 games he's really struggled at 7 for 20.
Weber, double-teamed, finds Divac. 5 on the shot clock. Weber, up and under. Hung there on the rim for a moment before Ori took it, and then Anderson reaching in fouled him. Ori slams the ball down. The Lakers called for a 20-second timeout. The crowd was asking for a technical on Ori. No satisfaction for them.
What if your car knew you, anticipated your needs, and then reacted to meet them? What if it could help protect you in an accident with sensors that know where your seat's positioned and the severity of the crash? so the front airbags can react to you. What if it went even further? It's time to stop wondering what if. Introducing the new 2000 Ford Taurus with the advanced personal safety system.
Here's what happened a moment ago. Ori dabbing at his left eye. It appeared that Anderson fouled him, and there was no call. As the ball comes off, Ori grabs the rebound. Corbin actually got him first. Then Anderson takes a swipe at it, reaches in. The Lakers had asked for a 20-second timeout. Ori slams the ball down in disgust. No call either way. Bryant cut off by Divac. Rick Fox picks it up. They've got 5 seconds to shoot. O'Neal will. Corbin with the rebound.
Now you're in a playoff game. Half court, it's execution, it's defense and rebounding. Who will prevail in this environment?
Jason Williams is not on the floor for Sacramento. It's Tony Delk. Williams just popped off the bench. He's going to check back in. Divac against Shaq. Out to Corbin. Now Anderson. Good look at a three. Ori had it poked away by Delk, who's everywhere. He's brought tremendous energy off the bench.
Bobby's 6'2", but look how long his arms are.
Chris Webber through traffic. And hold on. The foul on Ori, his second.
Chris Webber is going to have some help here at this finish. He's tired. He spent so much energy on both ends of the floor rebounding. He's won his last 8 shots. Who is going to help him here by making some shots?
Here's Divac. Knocked away by Shaq. And Sacramento was last to touch it.
See, I think Vlade has got to shoot that open jump shot. When he drives in here, look where he brings that ball down to his waist, and Shaq just takes it away from him. He's got to count. Now, that's where he got upset. He thought Shaq hit him in the head with the ball.
Oh, he threw it off of him.
Right.
So Sacramento touched it last as it went out. Brian Shaw into Shaq. Little jumper, no good, just beat the shot clock, but Ori is up on the offensive glass.
Lakers do a great job on that offensive board. They're always moving. It's tough to block them out.
O'Neal against the double, can't hit it. Sacramento by 1. Jason Williams just back into Divac, who rams right into Ori, and the foul will be on Robert Ori.
Now, they had an article in the Sacramento paper today. They were talking about who are the best actors in the NBA. Well, going on that play right now, Vlade was voted number 1. Bob, watch his collision now, then watch Vlade's expression afterwards. You'd have thought he was run over by a truck.
Somehow he gathers himself and comes to the line. As he faces the Lakers, it's interesting to note he has a significant place in Laker history. He's the Los Angeles center in between Kareem and Shaq. He's the guy they traded to Charlotte for the rights to Kobe Bryant. And he's the guy who's given them a 1-point lead.
Phil Jackson has chosen to go with Brian Shaw rather than Ron Harper at the end of this game.
Shaq turns and overshoots it into the hands of Corbin. Divac just went flopping again at the other end of the floor and is screaming for a foul. He better watch it. The only foul he'll get is a technical on him.
That's a good call. Right now, you've got to channel their emotions.
Shaq, meanwhile, has missed his last 5.
If Shaq helps, Vlade will get the jumper at the top.
It's Webber canning the jump hook.
See, Shaq has such respect for Vlade's jump shot, he doesn't go back and help. When Power's in the game, he goes back. That's when Webber went through his little shooting difficulty.
Kings by 3. Shaw, way short, partially blocked. The peg ahead to Williams, who gathers it in along the baseline with Randy Moss, his former teammate. Back in West Virginia watching from a ringside seat. He caught that one like a wide receiver on a fly pattern. Weber. And the call will go against him as Ori hits the deck. And that's 5 now on Chris Weber.
Chris Weber, when he's got Vlade on the floor, he's got another shooter. Shaq won't help. You see him at the top. He gets in the lane, the little jump hook. The next time down the floor, he's going to dip that shoulder just enough to create some contact with Robert Horry. Robert Horry does a nice job of acting here. He's going to fall back right there and take the offensive foul. The Lakers trail by 3, 2:24 to go here in the fourth.
Computer that is so last century. Introducing iPac, the first internet device for business. A kinder, simpler device with the Intel Pentium 3 processor that taps into the power of the internet and meets all your business computing needs. The age of simple internet computing has arrived. iPac from Compaq.
Two magazines, one double espresso, $12. Khaki pants, $45. Work boots, $85. Realizing you're unzipped before anyone else does? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted all over. Even coffee bars.
Volunteers, we all have regular jobs. We can be coming from anywhere. We get a call, we need to get to the fire right now. Things that are going through our mind are hazards we might face so that when we get on scene, we're ready to act. We need a truck that can handle anything we throw at it. 4 full-size doors gets us in and out quickly.
There's 6 people in the cab and there's a ton of room for cargo.
Great truck.
And now, a Daddy-O stay-at-home guide to cleaning up.
Dude, all right!
Daddy-O, NBC Thursday after Friends.
Vlade Divac, one of the best liked players in the NBA, but look at this last exchange. This is nothing but a flop. He was incensed, but look at this. I mean, it's an acting job on Oscar night, and they weren't buying. No foul and no statuette for Divac.
Now remember, the Lakers are in the penalty. If Shaq catches the ball low at this stage of the game, you don't want to give him a layup, but you got to keep Vlade on the floor. He's got 4 fouls. Weber has 5.
Lakers are lucky to be this close. They've missed their last 11 shots. Rice. Now it's 12. Shaq. The Kings held a team meeting around him, and now a fight nearly erupts. Divac is shoved.
Somebody got a technical. I saw Danny Crawford motion for a technical. Is it Ori? Because he shoved Vlade after the fact. You think these two teams starting to get a sense they might see each other in the playoffs, Bob? Do you see the importance of this game?
As it stands right now, Sacramento would beat Utah in a 7-2, and Seattle would beat the Lakers in an 8-1. But it could go either way. It's close, the 6, 7, 8 spots. Divac and Ori up in each other's faces.
Well, there was a technical. Now, was it a double technical, or was it just strictly on the Lakers? We'll have to sort through this.
2:11 on the clock. Sacramento by 3.
We know that Shaq is going to shoot 2 free throws. The rest we don't know just yet.
and a chant of "Beat LA, beat LA" at Arco Arena.
See, Bob, this is what I've been saying all along. This is what the NBA is about. It's about rivalries. It's about playoffs. It's this kind of action. When you get this kind of environment, people love this.
And these are two very entertaining teams to watch.
Technical foul on Robert Horry and Vlade Divac, and now we have a third technical foul on Shaquille O'Neal. So we'll shoot that technical foul.
Technicals on Divac and Horry, and then a third technical on Shaq.
Well, let's check to see, does Shaq at the last moment come in here and shove Vlade? Let's watch what happens. Just keep your eye on Shaquille to see what happens at the end of this. But somebody shoves him right there. It is Shaq with his left arm at the last minute shoved him. So double technicals, Vlade and Horry, and then Shaq gets the third. So Jason Williams will shoot the free throw.
Now Danny Crawford explaining things to O'Neal. Corbin before the ruckus will shoot two. Let's go to Jim Gray as he misses the first.
Bob, what Shaq was just telling Danny Crawford, the official, was, you can't do that to Kobe. I've got to protect my guys. I was just trying to push him to keep him away. I didn't throw a punch or anything. It really didn't warrant that technical foul. Bob?
He's 3 for 7 at the free throw line tonight.
The Kings are going to go through Weber. Any help will free up a jump shot. Remember, you got Vlade and you've got Anderson on the perimeter to shoot the basketball as well as Corbin.
Weber, double teamed.
Oh, it's an
offensive foul, and he's gone. He's fouled out.
What a big call. Glenn Rice, not known for his defense, on the spin move by Weber, held his ground, and he spun right into him. Now, the foul occurred after. Well, now watch here. As Rice peels back, he's going to take the foul. There's the charge. Wow, that is a big, big play. Now, Weber is gone. It's a three-point game and 1:51 to go. Who are they going to go to now at the end of this game?
The Kings take a 20-second timeout. Weber leaves with 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Volunteers, we all have regular jobs. We can be coming from anywhere. We get a call. We need to get to the fire right now. Things that are going through our mind are the hazards we might face so that when we get on scene, we're ready to act. We need a truck that can handle anything we throw at it. 4 full-size doors gets us in and out quickly.
There's 6 people in the cab, and there's a ton of room for cargo. Great truck.
Chris Weber played 44 of the first 46 minutes. He slowed a bit in the second half. He had 22 at intermission and only 6 after that.
Well, now the Kings are going to have to regroup. They're down 3, and the one thing they've got to do here, Bob, is they've got to get a defensive stop. No layups or no dunks. Get a defensive stop and then execute. Who do they go through? That's the key. Offensively, where do they go to score?
They've been getting stops. The Lakers have missed their last 12 in a row from the floor. Kobe swoops to the hoop and makes it a 1-point game.
How about that finish? Kobe over Vlade.
A minute and a half to decide it. Divac. Out to Corbin. Knocked away from behind by Bryant, and he retains the ball. What a great defensive play.
Well, you want to talk about Kobe being all-league defense. That is a game-saving play right there. They now have a chance to take the lead.
Kobe nearly lost it. Horry tips it to Rice. He'll shoot it. It's too long, and Williams has it go off his hands, but Anderson is there to pick it up inside a minute.
Now they're going to go screen roll here. This is the maturation of Jason Williams. Can he make a play out of this screen roll with Divac?
The jumper by Anderson. No. O'Neal will take it. Lots of time. No need to rush.
See, the Lakers ran Ori at him to double him to force him to give it up.
They might want a 2-for-1 it here, and it's Kobe. It's on. Crucial rebound belongs to Delk. Shot clock and game clock now virtually identical. Timeout Kings.
All right, Bob. They've only got 4 seconds now to get this ball across half court. They cannot advance it unless they take 2 timeouts. So they've got to get the ball across half court because they dribble the ball.
Volunteers, we all have regular jobs. We can be coming from anywhere. We get a call. We need to get to the fire right now. Things that are going through our mind are hazards we might face so that when we get on scene, we're ready to act. We need a truck that can handle anything we throw at it. 4 full-size doors gets us in and out quickly.
There's 6 people in the cab, and there's a ton of room for cargo. Great truck.
Now without a prescription, Lamisil AT for athlete's foot. So powerful, it cures with just 1 week's use. These take 4. So powerful, 3 months later, you're still athlete's foot free. Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Man, I'm hungry.
What, $1 for a sliver of raw fish?
It's sushi.
Sushi? Where I'm from, we call that stuff bait.
What else can you get for just $1?
Well, I can get a 20-minute phone call for only 99 cents.
Quit kidding around.
No, it's true. Dial 10-10-220. It's just 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes.
And just 7 cents a minute after that.
And get this, there's no monthly fee.
10-10-220 really is a great deal.
We know. Hey, you forgot to cut this.
Dial 10-10-220. Life has its bumps, but you don't have to feel them. Now Midas Gold struts with R2 technology are only $59.95 each with a lifetime guarantee. Go smoothly. Go Midas.
Take her down now.
Amerikanski! Rock and roll! I'm here to stay!
You left everything behind. Your family, your country. Why?
В моей стране ничего нет за бесплатно. Не буду платить за интернет-акс.
What's he saying?
He wants net zero.
Well, of course he does.
Free internet access. Net zero.
Friday on an all-new Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Ripped from the headlines, in a family that preaches higher morality, one of them has sunk to murder.
People do things they never imagined they were capable of.
But how do you find a killer in a family of saints?
We're going to have to get them to turn on each other. Then look out.
All new Law & Order Special Victims Unit, NBC Friday.
No matter what, if the Lakers do meet Sacramento down the road in the playoffs, they'll be facing a team that does not fear them.
Absolutely not. Now, Bob, they're going to take another timeout here so they can move the ball to half court. That's what I was talking about. Otherwise, they've only got 4 seconds to get it across. So they took the other timeout to get the ball at half court.
And with that additional stoppage, an additional commercial. Please bear with us.
Like a furnace up in this mug.
Jamie, wow.
Burning up. It's hot enough to make a cool brother sweat. Let me get a Coors Light. Coors Light. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Get it now. Oh, man, you're so pretty.
I bet you tell that to all the girls.
Yeah, I do.
Coors Light. Yeah.
The Lakers break their huddle, trailing by 1. They've missed 15 of their last 16 shots from the floor.
All right, now you want to have good free throw shooters in the game because there's only a 3/10 differential, so the Lakers are going to have to foul. The first thing you do is got to get the ball in. Derek Martin is in the game for the first time on the season. He's an 83% free throw shooter, but Bobby has not cracked a sweat. He's been sitting over there for over 2 hours.
Delk trying to get it in. And an immediate foul as they do. It's Ori's 4th. Corbin will shoot. He hasn't been to the free throw line that often this year, but he's an 83% shooter.
Actually, they had a foul to give here, so they got to get it in one more time.
There you go, and it's Martin, who you just mentioned.
Now, he has got to now make free throws after sitting there the whole afternoon in this kind of pressure-packed game. We'll see what Derek Martin's all about right now.
Martin, in his 6th year out of UCLA, has lost his minutes of late to Tony Delk. Hits it.
Wow. That didn't touch anything. And now Phil Jackson's going to try to ice him here in between free throws, let him think about it a little bit more.
MSN Project, day 16. Our roommate Karen ran away.
I'm sick and tired of Mike making fun of me. Does it really hurt you that I like unicorns?
You better start doing some tap dancing or something.
We had no idea where to find her, so Mike sent an apology to her Hotmail account. That way, she'd get the message wherever in the world she'd run away to.
They like me. They really like me.
Okay.
Call 1-877-YOUR-MSN to get the everyday web.
My motto is, the customer is always right. The problem was,
Pack of smokes?
kids would try to buy cigarettes. You got an ID for those smokes?
Oh, come on.
It's illegal for me to sell them to anyone under 18. But since this We Card program started, there's no argument. I just point to the sign.
We're committed to keeping cigarettes out of kids' hands. That's why Philip Morris is a major sponsor of the We Card program.
I'm not alone when I say no, and that's a big help.
Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
Timeouts remaining. The Lakers have 2. Sacramento has 1. Derek Martin has 1 more free throw remaining, which could force the Lakers into taking a 3 if he hits it. One more reminder, we'll have the conclusion of the Players' Championship tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, immediately following the Today Show.
Bob, when you talk about timeouts, the Lakers have 2. So if Derek Martin makes his free throw, Phil can take a timeout, move it, and still have 1 more left. That's important. Sacramento is down to only 1. Question will be, if they score, will Phil choose to try to drive that ball up and maybe get something on the move, or will he call a timeout? That's what he talked to his team about here. He gave them 2 scenarios. If they score or if they miss, this is what we want to do.
So here's Martin, a guy who suffers like everybody who wants to play, watching his team even when they're doing well from the bench. A chance in his only opportunity in the whole game to do something, possibly to win it here for his team. He misses the second.
Now see, Derek Martin's got to guard Kobe Bryant. He should be able to just penetrate right against him.
Divac switches over on him with 8 seconds. He dumps it into Shaq, and Williams grabs him. Let's see if they give him the basket.
They're going to give him the basket.
Williams tried to wrap him up, but he's so big and so strong that even with the bear hug, he couldn't stop it.
He just absolutely took Jason Williams right through the basket. Now can Shaq, under pressure, complete the three-point play?
Well, Shaq is 3 for 7 at the line in this game. 6.5 on the clock. How do you like that? Derek Martin, who shoots 83%, misses a crucial free throw. Shaquille O'Neal, who has struggled in that department his entire career, makes it with the game on the line. Lakers 90, Kings 89, 6.5 seconds left.
Will keep the upset away. Hey, trust me, I got plenty of them.
Triple Lutz, triple Salchow. Wow, he really nailed that landing.
Yo.
What's up? Well, what y'all doing?
Just watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you?
Watching the game, having a bud.
What game are you watching?
Yes! It doesn't get more magical than this.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal with a powerful three-point play. And this was all created. Kobe Bryant's size, being able to see over Derek Martin, a smaller defender, and Jason Williams tries to wrap him up. He cannot do it to finish, and then Shaq steps up and makes the free throw to give the Lakers a one-point lead. Sacramento, Bob, is now out of timeout, so they've got to get the ball in. But, you know, when you make the decision to put a free throw shooter in the game like Sacramento did, you had 2 point guards out on the floor, 2 small players, and actually with Tony Delk, 3. So your lack of size there hurt you on that possession defensively.
Now, if Chris Webber were in the game, he'd ordinarily be the first option. He has fouled out. Where do they go?
I think they'll go inside to Vlade, maybe run a screen roll with Vlade and Jason Williams. But if they run at him, somebody's got to present themselves and be ready to shoot the basketball. First thing is, Jason Williams, who is a small guard, has got to throw the ball in over Kobe Bryant. Will he be able to get the ball in? Remember in Seattle, Bob, a couple weeks ago, a smaller guard had his pass deflected.
Bryant backs away from him. Here's the game. Divac hands it back to Williams. Returns to Vlade. It's blocked by Shaq. That's it. Shaq came out and blocked it. What a night for O'Neal. He closed it at the offensive end with a three-point play. He closed it at the defensive end with the block, and in the course of scoring 34 points, he took the scoring lead back by the tiniest fraction from Iverson.
Well, look at Shaquille O'Neal. He got back in the paint to help and then recovered on the shooter. It takes Vlade a while to unload that jump shot, the slow delivery, and Shaq got out and got the block. Bob, the 2 stars, Kobe and Shaq, were there at the end when they needed it. Webber fouling out really killed them.
Wow, what a game. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Shaq, congratulations. First the free throw, then the block shot. You say you make your free throws when it counts, and you proved it tonight.
Yeah, you know, it was a tough game. They're a very enthusiastic, exciting team. And, you know, we started off kind of slow, and they shot the ball very well, but we picked it up, and we hung in there. You know, we got a good win today.
Are you concerned at all about having to play the Kings in the playoffs? They played you guys very well, could have won all 3 games.
Not really, because we know that any team that plays us, they're going to be very pumped. They're going to bring their A game. As long as we bring our A game, we shouldn't have a problem with any team.
Shaq, congratulations, 34 points, back in the scoring lead. All right, Bob, back to you.
Well, the Lakers have beaten the Kings 2 out of 3, but as the perspiration literally dripping from Shaq's chin tells you, they've had to sweat for every bit of it. The final score, Los Angeles, which has now won 25 of their last 26 and 6 in a row, 90, and Sacramento, 89. Coming up next on most of these stations, Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans star in Bulletproof. For Doug Collins and Jim Gray, I'm Bob Costa saying so long from Sacramento. This has been the NBA on NBC.
The Sixers, the Kings. Last time, Iverson scored 50, but now Jason Williams and...
Well, first of all, I love singing. I've been singing since I was about 5 or 6. You really can't tell with my performances that I've done, but I really do sing better than what you've seen. Whoa! First time I did Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby. So I did the whole little Catholic school uniform thing she had going on, and I got ripped.